experience caused him to focus on it, and I have been giving him a lot of play. And he was sitting at the table with Nadia Teep, Owen
Mm-hmm.
Eccles from VMBS, Natasha Service, and just having a conversation. And I am
Yes.
so happy I'm creating a space where young people can say, I can be seated at this table. It's not only us older folks. So I wanted to specifically create a space for them. So I did that in the conference as well, and it was successful. The comment
And I
was,
posted
well, I
those
can't
lovely
believe,
pictures.
yeah, there was
So I
something I
shared,
can't believe
I
I
shared them.
can't
So I was telling you,
share them. I have about 500, so
I hear you. So I shared them across Jamaica, and I must tell you,
yes.
leaders saw them in the business world and also political persons and
Hmm.
other persons. So I did my best
Hmm.
to share it. I hope
Yeah.
you shared it across North
Yeah.
America also.
And
Guess what?
I'm just hearing good
We
reviews.
have half a second left. So your final word before you leave us, Michelle Tuller
My
Dean.
final word is, most importantly, I give God the glory, and I'm thanking Him for giving me this opportunity to use me for such a time to bring this message and to encourage all people to come alongside us
Mhm.
as we continue to do well in our community and in Jamaica. Moving forward, one Jamaica, one diaspora, one love.
I know you're going to say one love at the end, you know. One love. One love, my sister. You have a wonderful day and thank you for keeping in touch with Jamaica. Michelle Toller Neal from the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council there in Northeast USA. All right, have a wonderful day. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we have just one person celebrating their birthday today. That's Kurt Daly. And the Republic of the Congo, yes, they're celebrating its independence. And of course, let me just remind you that this hour was sponsored by Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry's standard. And then let me leave you with this for the day. Yes, it says the biggest pay for a job well done is job satisfaction. Remember to my friends in Christiana, yeah, all of Manchester, Clarendon, you name it, to all my friends at the Christiana High School. I'll be joining the family there on Wednesday afternoon, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there at the Christiana High graduation. All right, so you have a wonderful day. I love you all, and this is Vernon Darby saying to you, walk good, my friend.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
BML Auto Limited, your auto parts store of choice. Your satisfaction is our priority. We sell everything auto except the gas. Visit our stores: 114C Haglapa Road, Kingston; 24 Caledonia Road, Bandiville; 16 Main Street, Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Contact us at 876-618-2781. The time by BML Auto is 1 p.m.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion.
All right, then greetings and salutations and welcome to the Sports Desk for the start of another brand new week. My name is Orville.
Yeah, good afternoon to the listeners, and my name is Christopher Zidane Matthews. Let me personally just start off by bigging up the persons who passed through. Mr. James, Dominic James, the school boy footballer who died while playing for St. George's College so many years ago. His father definitely, he spoke to me before and he did come through and watch some football. He enjoyed the football. And also Peter Principal, Principal him call himself. He came as well. So some of the non-regulars who usually turn up at these sort of things, they both were there and some other people. But I want to big up to them, the main crew who held it all together and spent heavily with the bar was driver people. Driver traveled all the way from Montego Bay, Pioneer, and the Maverick Oral Tracy. When Oral Tracy came, people, hey, Oral Tracy, he don't know nothing about sports, people. He can't analyze and read the sports, but he have a gift of when he comes into venues or whatever, there's just his vibe, the feeling is just different, and so it was a good look. We're going to pick up some other people later on in the program because many were there, but I can't remember all of them right off and right now. So big up Driver, big up Pioneer, big up Oral Tracy, big up Figo as well. Figo come spend a food and the ladies love him. Nice, them say him good looking and him brown and him have money. So big up yourself, Figo.
All right, big up for all of that. Now, I saw before, but there's a multiplicity of sporting events can't talk about, but I just want to bring something to your attention. We know Rashid Broadbell never reported to the starters for the 110 hurdles at the trials weekend gone. And I've heard it in several circles that he can apply for medical exemption because he's top 3 in the world. I think currently he's ranked top 2. But somebody sent me this morning and I find it very interesting. J3 medical exemption before competition form. What are the rules? What are the guidelines under which you can apply for medical exemption? I'm reading from the form right now. It's 30 seconds. Based on the J3 selection policy for national teams, an athlete who is ranked top 3 in the world in their event, World Athletics ranking in inverted commas, at the time of closing of the entries for the selection trials or championships, may apply for an exemption from participating at the trials/championships and still be considered for selection in that same team. This form is to be used for making that application for exemption. So we have to the medical exemption form basically. But listen to this sentence now. This is the interesting part. Please note that the exemption must be granted before the start of the trials/championships, and the athlete must still submit an entry for the trials/championships. So if the medical form is to be submitted before the start of the trials, and if Rashid got injured during the trials and would have not submitted an exemption before the trials, will this still be able to start? Now, Rashid is Rashid. We're one of the best people there, but will this be still considered or not? Let's just take a little look at that. My understanding is that you have to apply for medical exemption before the trials. You don't get injured in the trials, then you ask for medical exemption, if my understanding of the rule is intact. So let's see how that one comes in.
So, sounds like a rather ridiculous rule, though. Yes. If you have a top elite athlete who genuinely came and dominated the rounds and get to the finals and not able to compete, then you must have a window for that athlete to get exempted.
Yeah, so
you can't just have it means that you only can be injured before the championship.
So but let's see how they work. Speaking of the national trials, well, we all know what happened. Maybe the most exciting and most jaw-dropping performance was that 9.75 by Kishan Thompson. Literally the fastest time ever run in Jamaica, beating Bolt's stadium record of 9.76. So what we all witnessed on Saturday is the fastest a man has ever run on Jamaican soil. Boy, Kishan looks like the prime candidate to lift the gold medal later this year at the World Championships. Good to see Tina Clayton winning the 100 meters, and not no joke time, 10:81, I think it was. Bad luck for her sister. Good luck for the legend Shelley and Fraser, who I think would have struggled to make top 3.
Most definitely.
If the Clayton sisters were fit.
Yeah, but it's when you're legendary and you're loved, because nobody, well, I heard at least one person suggesting that they should find a way to get the twin back in at the expense of Shelley and Fraser. But most people are just so happy for Shelley, even though she doesn't give us our best chance of what was left outside of the top 2. And probably that the twin would have been top 2. So Shelley and Fraser doesn't give us our best opportunity to the medal at the World Championship come September. But a lot of people don't care. They just want to see Shelley and Fraser, the legend, going off in the sunset at a major championship. So yeah, and you could see the winner hardly got any. The cameras running to her and all of that. Everybody ran to Shelley and Fraser for the most part. It was like she won the race.
Yeah.
But that's when you have achieved what she have achieved in the sport thus far. So happy to see what happened to her.
Right, and some other things. Ashanti Moore winning the women's 200 meters. Let's see if
not the qualifying time though.
Yeah, didn't make the qualifying time. And some other things from the trials you want to talk about. We understand that there will be a very serious meeting between Rudolph Speed and Mr. McLaren, or between the technical committee and Mr. McLaren. It is an open secret that the JFF not too happy at this.
It's not meeting one, man. What may his soul rest in peace. We used to go about it again.
Captain Barrett.
Yes, man.
0, 100 hours.
Yes, indeed. That's what we want to hear, man.
So let's see what comes out of the meeting, because I get the feeling that, well, not get the feeling, I think the whole world know that the JFF can't be happy. And the decision now, if Mr. McLaren not talk properly, you never know.
Yeah. Did Mr. McLaren make a comment? I see people saying it, but I didn't hear it. That we're not good as people think.
I heard it. I saw it.
Nobody can answer that.
We are not as good as we think we are. That's an exact cut.
We're dead people.
I suppose that was his way of saying to the players, we're not going like on a prima donna and superstars.
Oh, it's the players in attack.
Yeah, we meaning the players.
Okay.
No, man. It wasn't directed at the JFF.
Are the fans?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't the fans. He was talking about how Panama coach told him that they had a team, that the Jamaican team had better players, but he had better team. And it was really speaking about the commitment of the players. He says he wants players who are committed to Jamaica, because it is teams that win games, not players.
Mm-hmm.
And he was then saying, we are not as good as we think we are. At this point, nobody is certain of them players.
Okay.
And that kind of thing.
Okay, all right.
Can't leave this preamble without talking about West Indies cricket. Now, people, that third umpire named Adrian Holworth or something like that man should not be allowed to be no third umpire for no more cricket. We're not finding any excuses for West Indies. Probably we would have lost anyway. But I've never seen a television umpire in any sport get so many decisions wrong against one team. West Indies have good reason to feel that had there been a different umpire, anything could have happened. So we can talk about that one as well. 615-2841. A star, who opens the score? A star says the lines are still there.
All right. Yeah, 6-7. Yeah, those decisions were strange. And there was one where I'm sure not the goalkeeper, the wicketkeeper, Hope, was not sure that he caught it, but the replay was clear that the ball went straight into the glove, and the man, that was the first one, and I was saying, wow. And then he just constantly was getting all of them wrong.
Normally, you know, people, I have chided a lot of people on this program for ascribing motives to officials.
That have to make instant calls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when it's a television replay, when the whole world is seeing what is happening, then it makes you wonder, at what stage do we say this is incompetence, and at what stage do we say this is just willful corruption? And I think there were enough that happened for us to say, But all that was overshadowed by the news that a cricketer
from Guyana.
Yeah. A cloud over his head now regarding sexual assault. That could just throw some kind of doom and gloom over the rest of the series. Let's see how that one pans out. But we take the first one right now. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Wagwan faithful.
You know me, I give thanks to Zidane Wagwan.
Yeah, but they are faithful.
Give thanks. Yeah, I don't want to mention of the sexual assault against this Guyanese.
Yeah.
And if he's, well, he's our best player.
No call no name at this point.
No, I'm not calling him. I'm not calling him. And if he's our best player, I mean, that bigger damper and West Indies more than years.
Yeah.
Because nobody can. We don't know if he's going to play in this game.
At this point, we don't hear nothing coming out of the West Indies board, so we just have to, see how it
No, but I think the West Indies board said they have not been contacted. They have not been notified something to that effect. So I don't know true that is.
Yeah, so I saw a report suggesting that they were hiding it, covering it up.
Yeah. No, but if I think that happened, if I think that happened, one could almost say, well, they must have been notified somewhere, somehow.
But they also report the report.
The
report is also saying that it happened before the player went on any tour and did anything significant.
Right.
So why after that all this time elapsed and nothing was said or nothing came out? The timing, curious with the timing there,
Or was it based on what I hear that the thing was being reported, but the Guyana authorities were doing nothing about it?
Yeah, but I'm saying why didn't they come out before the start of this first test? Because they weren't doing anything about it for months now. So I'm saying
why now?
Why now, right in the middle, especially after if the team looked very good on the first day and all of that? Why? I think that was very specific and intentional by the lawyer of the accuser.
But what surprised me now? What surprised me is the performance of.
Despite all of that, eh?
Yeah.
That's a strong guy, Well,
and it's not just a performance,
Where's on the man alone just playing it?
The man was doing all that with a smile on his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? He got to be a very strong guy. As it is, everybody talking about it, and no problem.
Yeah.
And in the days and year that we are living in, when women bring those charges, 80% of the time they are right.
Oh, they are right.
Well, my apologies. 80% of the time they're most likely to prove to be right. Because different time you are living, different time and different people nowadays.
Or you mean oftentimes when these sort of thing comes out in the public, the male doesn't survive it professionally. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Whether they are found guilty or not, it leaves a cloud over them.
Or after they do found guilty.
Now I don't know the percentage, but what I know, oftentimes, especially if you are a superstar, whatever, you don't really recover professionally from those sort of things.
Not only that, the other thing we call victim blaming.
Yeah, because for example, look at the Man City left back, the former Man City left back, who was found not guilty. He had to be under house arrest for many months, and where is he now?
Yep.
His career basically, he had great potential. He was a fantastic player, and his career is pretty much over, even though he was found not guilty.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
We talk about.
Hold on. We give you a couple minutes after.
Tracy, who you go keep on now?
You're too fast. Hey, me I got Jotex now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them.
Me can get some?
No, go buy your own. Hey.
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery Islandwide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart, locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yep.
Yes, that's why I'm a firm believer that you should not name an individual before an investigation is complete, because whenever you name such individual, the damage that it causes, if you come out and apologize and say you did get it wrong, that person is tarnished terribly.
I hear all kind of things that come out of Ghana. I hear some things there. Forget this particular incident. There's a I wouldn't say a rule or a law in Ghana, but there's among certain communities, once the parents know that you've had sexual relationships with them daughter, them almost want to force you to marry them daughter. And there's one school of thought that this is one such case, but Shamar never want to marry her.
Why did you call him?
Oh, Lord.
But then again, the report is that it's not only one person. Is that so far they said about 11.
Yeah.
About 11. So.
Yeah, but that's why the timing for me, because they said it happened before the player even went to Australia, because he was a part of the Australia team when they won that game, and so that's many months. And you said nothing. If you're not getting anywhere in terms of the authorities in Guyana, then say something, come public. But right in the middle of a test match that at the time he was making waves as well in that game as well. And look like it's out of spite and not really you wanting justice.
I think that is a prime suspect for compensation. Darren Sammy, for the first I cannot blame them. I don't say that first time. I cannot blame Darren Sammy for his outburst.
No, as far as Darren Sammy behaved far better than I would have behaved.
Well, there you go. No, Mike, I couldn't. No, Mike, nobody could. And those kind of ruling. No. Well, you have to have a strong argument. I don't know. Maybe it's a Jamaican kind of language that I use. Maybe would not fit for airplane.
Quite rough. But I could leave it so faithful.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call, faithful.
One question. Final question for you. Based on the trial that we have, what are the prospects for you think for a gold medal at the Olympic?
Well, the World Championship, not the Olympic. World
Championship.
I never really stopped to think about it, but
I give 3.
We would have lost 4 potential gold medals to Turkey.
No, but I give 3. I'm also doing on the athletic side. What's his name? Shane Thompson, and the 100-meter hurdle, and I like Lavelle.
All right. Brian Lavelle.
Yeah. The rest for me is highly suspecting.
You're talking about gold specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Big up.
Cool.
All right, so 615-2841. 615-2841. The second test start in a little while. What are the changes you would have made? I still not like how the skipper used Jamel Warwick and enough. None at all, The first... All right, so Cat, our technical boss and the sports boss was dropping at the studio. You want to talk about the alleged cricketer from Guyana?
No. But I consider you guys a sports boss. I'm just somebody who helps to keep things together.
Yeah.
I just like to share a couple of my moments from the trials, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, man.
All right. So while the big story coming out of the male 100 meters is Keshian obviously running the fastest time on Jamaican soil in the 100.
Yeah.
One of the stories for me was, what's his name? No, it's a little bit. The second place.
Seville.
Oblique Seville.
And him antics before the race.
I don't think it's an antics now. In the semi-finals, he had a slight pull-up in the semi-final, where he had like a stop-and-go moment as if he felt something. So there was question signs from then if he was going to run in the finals.
Yeah.
He came out and he went into the block, and he had what I would probably describe as a stiffening of a muscle because he was in the block and he had to raise his hand and come out.
Yeah.
And they were trying to convince him not to run, and he insisted on running to the point where Gale had to call over the medical team to look at him. Seemed like they gave him a little quick rub down, held up the race for him. No, he came out and he ran a pretty good race.
983.
That it didn't look that big because of what Kishane did in front of him, but that was a pretty good race, especially for a man that was on the verge of a potential injury. Now, it could have gone another way. He could have run and gotten injured, and that would have been a shame. But the art that he showed and the race that he put in, that was a big story coming out. If he goes to the World Championship with that kind of fight and that kind of art, we can expect good things from him.
I agree. But people are questioning the legality of the starters.
For holding up the race?
Yeah. Shouldn't have happened. That won't happen at the Olympics.
It won't.
Championship, I can tell you that. But I'm wondering if, and this is a question that I think our listeners can chime in. If the rule is, there are two ways to look at it. This is a national trials. We're trying to select our best people. Do we relax those little rules and something like that, we give them an extra 5-10 minutes? Or do we play it strictly by the books? Because the World Championship or the Olympics won't allow you to go
play
through
by the
all of
books.
that. So it depends on how you look at it.
If you're trying to do what is best for the country, or if you're trying to follow the rule to a T, it depends. Now, I heard Zidane mention something which I laughed when I heard about at least one person saying that maybe they should find a way to put in the twin. And my question is, wonder if that was the same person in 2008 was saying we should take Shelley out for somebody else. I mean, and it goes right back to what you just spoke about, Orville. In the trial, in the World Championships, I mean, we are not very happy to see Tia pull up, and we are hoping it's something minor and she'll be back quickly, because with the level of future that the young lady have in front of her, we don't want anything in there in it. But at the end of the day, if this was the World Championships, would you be saying that they should take out one of the medalists to put into here?
No, but remember, we want our best team to be at the championship.
Yeah, but our best team are the people who will finish.
Why is that touchy?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would have liked to see her being able to perform at her full and complete the race.
Yeah, she'll go and struggle at the championships, though.
You have people who say that's just how destiny decided. Shelley had to get her.
So it's written in the stars.
Fanfare.
Yeah. And what if it's written in the star for her to perform well at the World Championship?
Well,
because at the end of the day, we see talent and current form is always best. But don't rule out experience, going through the rounds and performing. Anything can. Shelley's one of those people, just like in football, Zidane, you won't take off a Messi because he's struggling a little bit. You won't take off a Ronaldo because he's struggling a little bit. Because even when these guys are struggling, not playing crap, but they're struggling a bit, they still have the ability to pull out something greater than everybody else on the field.
Yeah, but the thing with football and skills.
Yeah.
With racing
it's different.
Kind of different.
But all you need is one person to not do what they're supposed to do, and Shelley do what she's supposed to do.
I get what you mean.
Anyway, gentlemen,
may happen for Shelley.
Let me get out of your programs and leave you in peace.
No, man. Big up yourself, Kat. You need to come around more time. People, I must tell you that quite often from time to time when we're on the program. Kat have a way of just dropping some little gems in the break and leave it at that. Today he felt like coming around and, I'm having his say. But would we make any changes for that second test? Make us see. Jamel Warrican in the first innings didn't bowl a ball, while Rastan Chase bowled 7 overs. Me not understand them something, people. I don't understand it. Granted, one of the stories I've heard was that at the time when, Travis Head and who was the other left-hander? 2 left-handers were batting. And Rastan Chase felt that he off spinner spinning the ball away from the left-handers. would be the better option. Since the last 5 years, this thing called cricketing matchups, where the ball spinning away from you. But if Jamel Warrican is your number one spinner, then why the skipper bowl 7 overs and the number one spinner not get the ball? None at all in the first. In the first innings. In the second innings, Warrican bowl, God only knows how few overs. Yes, it was a pitch that was friendly to the seam bowlers, me get that. But Chase can bowl 7 over and the major spinner no bowl a ball. And that is part and parcel of what me are telling about. As it turns out, if them going to make any changes, Jamel Warrican may very well find himself out of a game come that second test. I still feel that they must find a way to include Imlach, and I wouldn't be surprised if Imlach come in for Warrican and extend the batting. And the rest of it is as is. Anyway, 615-2841, we're coming up to the 1:30 break, or 676-6968. Those are the numbers to call. Oscar, talk to them. We go back on that. Hello. Yes.
Greetings and salvation.
Greetings and salutations.
Peter.
Zidane, yeah, man, big up yourself for your thing on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
But more importantly, you big up my brethren, David James.
Yeah, yes, indeed, man.
Great individual, you know.
Wonderful man.
His story, is our story. You know?
Yes.
So big up David James.
For sure.
We'll start with the thing where your brethren just talked about. The Oblique Seville incident on the weekend.
Oblique Seville.
I can't understand how this man was given the whole stadium to put on him antics. Went through the tape afterwards with a big smile on his face. And nobody put in a protest. You know?
What should they have protested? You mean the other athletes?
What to wait?
Man, I know, Orville, you can't be, I think, my opinion, he knew exactly what he was doing.
So you thought...
It threw off everybody in the race.
So you're saying Oblique never injured and all of that was just...
Please, Orville, the man get an Oscar, man.
And the purpose of doing that would be for what again?
I mean, make the team.
No.
Remember, hold on, check it.
Hold on.
Level was running good. Akeem was also running good. And we knew Kishin would have been up there. And there were other people in that race that potentially could have made the top 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold the line. Interesting point this. Hold the line, my boss. We'll take a break. We're coming.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
World number 1, Arena Salabenka, celebrated her Wimbledon return with victory in the first round, but two-time runner-up Wanz Jabeur retired after struggling physically on a hot day in London. The 3-time Grand Slam champion Salabenka, who missed last year's tournament with a shoulder injury, got off to a flying start on court 1 before a more testing second set as she beat Canadian qualifier Carson Bernstein 6-1, 7-5. Before the match, the Belarusian had said that the only thing she knew about her opponent was that she was so beautiful, in reference to the Bernstein working as a model to fund her tennis career. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich Financing.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Book and Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, my boss.
Yeah, man.
So you said Seville was doing this deliberately to throw off everybody.
My opinion.
Here's the flaw about that. Oblique could not have known that the officials would have given him the time and the leeway to do what he was doing.
Like, seriously, I have it.
So unless you are saying that the
Seriously,
officials were
Albert.
in an... Hold on, man. For Oblique to have planned that, he would have also had to plan it with the officials as well.
Orville,
Yeah.
did you watch the race itself?
No. Make me work with your theory, man.
Yeah, then, man, that is my thing. The man not only had his hand on his face, appearing to be crying.
Yeah, man.
Behind the blocks, lie
We get
down,
all that.
medical, the only thing leads.
Big man, you know, if you push that, we get all the histrionics and the...
Exactly.
But I'm saying, are you suggesting...
And I'm saying to you, if the officials had come to him earlier at some point in time and say, is either you withdraw from the race, but we're going to start it now. Something would have... He was being accommodated of it.
And you're saying that would have been planned before, or him just...
No, I'm not saying it was planned, sir. I'm just saying his histrionics...
Was accommodated.
To Tokyo, it was accommodated.
Okay.
And I'm sure if the other athletes in it, in my opinion, they're probably feeling the same. Especially at the end, when this man was all smiles.
Okay.
So
you're saying the officials were not necessarily in on it?
He should have been charged for fraud. Stadium police should have come on the field and take him off and go book him. My opinion. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Zidane,
your
friend, Steve McLaren.
Yeah.
And the so-called meeting that the JFF National Solid Waste Committee is going to have with him. What do you think the outcome is going to be?
I think they'll keep him. I don't see them changing the coach between now and the next set of coach.
Yeah, them not gonna do it. Them not gonna change him because but what is interesting when the draw came out.
Yeah.
We say yes.
Soup.
We're going to World Cup. Watch Curacao, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Because it is my opinion that this is going to be the Dutch second 11.
All right. Curacao showed in the Gold Cup that if you don't play well, they can beat you.
Big advocate.
And then you might lose just even that one game, let's say, in Curacao, and then Curacao just beat up everybody else.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves in second position and out.
But not only that, look at how we played against Trinidad in the so-called Unity Cup. I blunder by the goalkeeper when them come back to all while we win 3. In other words, I've not seen Jamaica play football where you can say, all right, 1, 2, 3, make 5 passes and go into some positions,
Listen, the team is not great going forward. Sometimes we are very poor going forward. But then we're not good defensively anymore either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I say, interesting time. So let me leave it there, my friend.
Leave it there.
And like I said, big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
And everything what you're doing for your community.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up. Wonderful.
Respect my brother. Cool.
All right, so somebody just pointing out to me that 975 that Kishian did weekend guy. Yuan Blake had also done a 975 as well, so it's a joint fastest time. 2012, was it 2012 Bolt beat Blake, or Blake beat Bolt at the stadium?
Sports X, profit here.
Yeah, I think Yuan did run 975 and Bolt did run 986. So this appears to be a joint fastest time in Jamaica. Yeah, Profit, big up.
It's profit
Hello?
time, you know. Put up profit.
Oh, I did. I mean, they want to pass through here to do any part, but never get the chance.
Yeah, man. I saw it, come on.
Yeah, because I carry the kids them go something keep us. Never know, son. By the time it comes up and only party.
Yeah, man. We understand, man. The weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Only parties keep on the weekend still. I look back in the on a Friday time. I could even get.
You know why a lot of things were held on that weekend? Bet you can't tell me.
I watch school break.
No, man, it's close to payday, man. You think the promoter them are idiot? 20 year, the 25th just gone, and plus if you get weekly, you get paid Friday. If you get fortnight, you get paid the Friday as well. So everybody got paid this week, that week. Yes, a lot of things were held.
Let me pray, you know. What to Orville now? What we can conclude from the test now with Australia?
You tell me what you want, conclude. Then I'll tell you whether I agree with you or not.
What them say? Spinner no go with nothing? I will never can a spinner. What them say?
Well, no spinner no going with nothing. We had a spinner that to me was on the ball.
To me, still the Orville. If we can bat better, we are going to always not trouble because as much as our fast bowler them will give a couple wickets, the amount of runs just soak up between that.
The amount of runs were soak up?
Yeah. The amount of runs where the other team score. The amount of runs where a bowler will soak up just take a certain amount of wickets.
No, man, you can't blame the bowlers in that game. For one, we were creating the chances and keep dropping them. We dropped about 6 catches in the game. You know.
But the one thing have to step up.
That's true. But again, hold on, no. That first innings when we got bowled out for 190, replying to 180.
Yeah.
The two top scorers for West Indies, Chase and Hope, two of them get 40 and 40. The two of them get teeth out.
Yeah.
Had they not got teeth out, we don't know how much they would have gone on to make.
Well, that's true.
So this is one test match where you half cost the West Indies, but most of the blame after that third umpire who is either blind or something a little bit more corrupt than that. My God, man.
Ah, boy. Yeah. All right, what am I saying now? More on talk to Zidane now. A little thing going on. But Zidane, on a serious note still, you know how they want to beat, because I say every time there is a trophy, it come like the trophy no important.
You went in and out there. Yeah.
Yeah, me I say come like say when a trophy is won, if I not Messi win the trophy, it's not important. Because Cristiano Ronaldo win the Nation League and you say in Nation League, not important.
Yeah, man, it's really a competitive friendly.
Messi did win the World Cup, you did have play down the importance.
No, tell no lie,
Even the Champions League is at a higher standard.
Oh, but that is logical though. So you can't say me a beat on the World Cup for saying.
But that was convenient. I feel that was
no. All right, let me tell you why it can't be convenient. And I hear this argument a few times. Who are the players that play in the Champions
League? Players around.
Yeah, then if I say the Champions League is of a higher standard, how is that convenient? That's not logical, boss. Because it's players, it's quality of players.
I see them play them playing.
Then so why are you saying it's convenient when it's the same players that played in both competition?
Yeah, but when you're in the World Cup now, you get to prove these players if them can take a little team where they have from their country.
No man, nobody takes any team, and that don't happen. No go so. You don't realize how we win the World Cup. The best football playing. No man, it's the best football playing nations win the World Cup, my boss.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when a team can go and make them move. You know why the best football teams...
no, we're not going to carry side, you know. I'm saying to you, the first, me saying the highest standard of football is played in Champions League is not, you can't say convenient, it's logical. So even if you want to say it's more difficult at the World Cup because you can't buy a bag of stars to help you, that is different. But I'm talking about the standard of play, my boss.
I understand that.
Good, sir.
Come back with good.
Ah, there you go.
What I mean, like, my thing is this.
Yes.
Why, Prophet, you're in and out on the phone?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, so it have to do with the greatness, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the greatness of a player, right, it shows when you put the player in certain conditions and them still shine in those conditions, right? And you can't see a player go against a big up. I look on like a Ronaldinho now. When a Ronaldinho go up against a big opponent, then he dominate. He destroy them. Opponents, fans applaud him and all them.
I agree. I agree.
You know, we go up on the biggest of days and him go and him perform and the fans real and everything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And when the condition when the stakes are higher, you get the best. And Ronaldinho now is a man where he might have not have a long career as certain man, you know, but guess what? He win everything in them days of glory.
Oh Lord, they're gonna win everything now.
All right, I just put that to his statement. No, when you look at a thing like a man performing in a competition and winning as opposed to a man performing and go to the line and lose out to another team, and you know, I have to make an assessment and say, well then, between these two players, I have to give. We can't put that one above because by right, he never really taking team over.
No, sir. No one man can take any team. No call. Boss, Lionel Messi.
I'm not going to hear a Messi argument.
No. I forget about Messi. Kylian Mbappe.
Think about the 2010.
Kylian Mbappe became the second player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He lost the game.
With that, what put the most highlight on Kylian Mbappe?
He lost
against Messi.
But I'm saying you can't use not because
that Kylian Mbappe was.
Yeah, but not because the Argentina goalkeeper. Not because the Argentina.
What would be more vital to Kylian Mbappe?
Carla, yes, right. It's team win sports, my boss. Team, goalkeeper, the right back, centre half, in defensive mid, all of that. So you cannot tell me, say, me must look at the team result now to say, all right, I'm going to give this player the edge over the other player. Nothing can go to my boss. That's illogical, Bridget.
All right. How is it that you see one agree? I think I must say we do it to say, if Dan Bradman was on an Australian team who would have won most of the time, then he would have to mark him down compared to Lara, who many of the times in perform well and West Indies don't win. Why you factor in that then?
What? I'm factoring what?
Why did you agree with that argument?
That's saying if you're in a week, if you're in a week. No, I don't. No. I didn't mark Don Bradman. I was saying I'm going to give Brian Lara some extra credit for doing well in a weak team. It means he has to come.
Yes.
He has to come and perform under more duress in his early stages of his career. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but if he was performing so well, and West Indies was always winning, what you would have said about that?
No, same for the same for me. No extra credit.
Prophet, we don't want him so we keep it too long.
Big up,
there are some
Prophet.
others here.
Yeah, man, big up for the
You should have come and make the teacher. We could have a longer time for talk and my teacher said but so another time.
Another time.
Because them said the thing was so sweet, we should do one again in August with a different style and a different thing, you know? So we could see.
All right, then.
Cool, big up.
All right, coming back after the break.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel? Make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get a thing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, Ria, check your phone, your money land. VNBS money transfer. Safer, faster, easier. Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, fit time the line straight in your account. Money reach long time. VNBS money transfer.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jn. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Before we go to another call, Tyreek McGee was there at the event as well. So when he left now, a lot of people came over and I said, boy, Zidane, I saw you're big man, you make McGee come. But people, it's not Tyreek McGee, me know. Well, me talk to him and thing, but it's not Tyreek McGee, me know. It's his lovely fiancée, and I assume soon to be wife, that I know actually, because a member of her family used to work here at Omega Radio Sports. So big up, and I call her name because through our husband our future husband is a big celebrity. I don't want people to know who she is, but big up yourself and thanks for coming, and big up big baller Tyreek McGee who needs to get in shape because we're going to need a player like Tyreek McGee. Whether Southie want to think him consistent, but in terms of what he brings to the national team, there is not many, if any, like him available to us as a Jamaica football team.
All right, we go back online. Hello. Let's try that one again.
Hello?
Yes.
Now hear me?
Yes. Oh, this is Bramblegaff. Bramblegaff is here.
How are you, Mr.
Hey, Zidane, you know what just brambled a while ago? You know, so Kylian Mbappe as France never lose the match in 2022. I hope you know you just brambled.
No, he
lost the penalty.
He didn't win the World Cup though.
If you Google the World Cup finals right now, you know what the result would
Yeah,
say?
but that's not the point.
Match result 3-3.
Lord.
France
Hey, Gavi.
lost the show.
All right, Gavi. Zip no. All right, hold on. No. Zip
But
your
they
mouth.
lose match. You
No,
never lose
zip.
no match.
But
You just
zip
say
your
that,
mouth.
man.
The argument was not about the match. It was about winning the title. Did Kylian Mbappe win the title?
What you said, you're saying lose the match.
But I'm saying if you're
You never lose the
intelligent,
match,
if
sir.
you are intelligent enough, you
Relax.
understand the context of the
man just-
discussion.
Are you
Did
taking the
Kylian
correction
Mbappe?
or no, sir?
Did Mbappe win the World Cup in 2022?
Boss, you said the man they lose the match.
Did Mbappe win the World Cup in 2022?
He lost the penalty shootout.
Did he win the World Cup?
Just check your
Answer
correction,
answer the question, boss.
Why? I tell you, not easy, though. Hey, me have a buffet of things today, though, but today
Yes.
show me, I have to give him the correction, the Orville.
Yes.
First thing I want to touch on the track and field. Orville, you know, so this track is a disaster.
No, I didn't know it.
And some clown thing them go on with the Ministry of Sports go on with the track in the level. So, Orville,
Yes.
this weekend I sat back to watch the Jamaica National Trials, right?
Yes.
And I'm watching the 100 meters. And you know the first thing I notice, Orville?
No.
When the athletes are lined up in the starting blocks of the 100 meters, you don't notice anything peculiar.
No.
You don't notice anything peculiar, Zidane?
No.
Okay. Well, I think you guys either need to check your eyesight or check your deciphering ability or your deducing ability. I don't know which one, but Orville, one look I look on the TV, what I saw was that every runner, except for the runner in the outside lane, his starting blocks was in a position colored yellow. You never realize that. There is one runner, the runner on the extreme outside. His starting blocks is in the green.
So why would you blame the minister, the Ministry for Sports?
That is very offsetting, you know.
No, but why would
for the viewers, you know?
Yeah, man.
The next thing to know.
But hold on,
What do you
Gav.
mean? Then she in charge, and she have to get the beat.
No, but you don't understand track and field, my boss.
Oh,
So if it is a track and field,
well,
hold on, Gavi, man. Let's
She
reason.
should not be the minister.
Let's reason, Gavi.
Hold on, no.
Lord.
If something as simple as that goes under her watch, next thing.
No,
to
but
know,
Gavi,
I
but
know
clearly they are experts.
Next
They
thing,
know
the
she.
minister to resign. This minister should
Fine,
resign.
I may very well agree. I may
At
very
the
well agree
finish
with
line, Orville.
But
Here's
Gavi,
what
but
happened
hold
at
on,
the finish
Gavi,
line,
man.
Orville.
Gavi, what?
Can I please, Orville, can I please explain to the people why the track is a disaster without Zidane trying to railroad me? At the finish line, Mr. Higgins, The same athlete that runs from the green lane. Is that the sandpit that comes into view, Orville? It almost appears like that athlete is going to run into the sandpit. You don't see that, Orville?
No.
Jeez. So Orville, am I lying that there's a lane that lines up in green when the race has started? And everybody else in a yellow. Am I lying, Orville Higgins?
Calm down.
Yeah, come read the commander. No. Orville Higgins, if you tell me, say you watch a TV and you don't realize that, what are you watching, Orville Higgins?
But Garvey,
you don't realize that one lane is in yellow, one lane is in green, and all the others are in yellow, Orville. You don't see that?
You're the only person who I hear complaining about.
My God.
Garvey.
So hold on. The fact that I am the only person complaining, is it not a fact that all the lanes are not started from a uniform color?
So what?
Oh, it's no problem.
Clearly, the athletes didn't have a problem.
The traitor.
The officials didn't have a
problem.
problem.
Like Jamaica sport.
Yeah, why
100 million ago.
Calm down.
100 million ago, Mr. Higgins.
I've already answered that.
Garvey,
next thing, I move on to Zidane Matthew.
Yes. I said that. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Don't tell her. Miss Babsy Grange, resign. You have been a disaster to Jamaican sports. You have done nothing good as a sports minister. Nothing. I'm moving on.
Yes.
And I don't care. They can send the police force to me. The name Garvey. Next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing.
Yes.
This coach needs to go. The Reggae Boys coach should be fired and terminated immediately. Zidane, the day him get up off of the bench and go in at the stands without an explanation, how was he allowed to coach after that, Zidane?
Well, I'm fine. I am in a nonsensical argument, but me not buy that, my boss. It's just ridiculous to me. The team is under pressure. You are the head coach.
You have no problem with that either, Mr. Higgins? You have no problem with that, Mr. Higgins?
With what exactly?
He's talking about when
the
McLaren goes in
national coach
the
getting up off of the bench and going up in the stands while the game is going. You don't have a problem with that?
On the face of it, it don't look right.
It's strange.
But if let me just say this now. If I'm going to fire him, it's on the basis of the performance on the field. In other words, if we were 3-0 up and him did that, we wouldn't have a problem.
Mr. Speed and Mr. Arquette need to be fired too.
Well, if McLaren, no, it's not the JFF. It's not Ricketts, you know. It's Speed hire McLaren, you know. Well, Speed recommended McLaren. Said, listen, this man, take him on the JFF. Said, Speed, you're the boss. We work with you. Now, if McLaren fails to qualify us for the World Cup, then Mr. Speed should not survive my boss as that guy anymore to recommend.
You know what I don't like about Mr. Speed's approach? I remember listening to him before this coach was hired. This man was so disrespectful and condescending in the way how he addressed the possibility of local coaches in Zidane. The way how he was totally dismissed. I remember, man.
I don't know about being condescending. I don't remember that.
Brother, this man was giving
no man, he said he wanted
local coach being hired.
No, because he said no man, I don't don't say he was being condescending because he was looking for something specific, my boss, and I can understand that. I wouldn't say it was condescending.
Sports can be better in Jamaica, you know. Appeared illegitimate.
But Gavin, hold on. I believe that as the head of the technical committee, you must get the opportunity to freely select the best person in your opinion to lead us to the World Cup. Now, if you fail miserably when it is this easy, then no, you as a technical man, you have to go. So we are giving you the opportunity to do your thing, pick the right man. If you fail no Rudder Speed, if this man failed to not against Curacao, Bermuda, and Trinidad, then Rudder Speed you'd have gotten it totally wrong because this is too easy. I have too much talent relative to the teams that you're going to face in the qualifiers. So let's see.
This is the third coach in a row that has been a disaster in Zidane. Schaefer was a disaster. Him shave a piece and left. The Reaper come grim up the place and left. I know this man has speed off in our McLaren. Full at the trunk full. You know, see what's going on. These people just feel as a stop to come stop up them bank book and say, brother, joke thing this in Zidane.
All right, my boss.
Well, we have competent coaches, but we don't want to get a chance. The last thing I want to say before me leave, cricket now. You see, 3 different sports me touch today.
Yeah.
Let me throw Orville Higgins a bone, but be careful, Orville, because I remember. I agree with you, Orville. And Lawrence Rowe came out and spoke very forcefully. I actually think that the West Indies were railroaded by umpiring in this test. I totally agree with you. However, let me remind you, Mr. Higgins, about the last time somebody came on and said that referees were robbing. You shut that down. Remember that, Mr. Higgins?
You're going to be calm now. Watch your pressure. There's a world of a difference between an official who's making a call live.
Oh, Lord.
As opposed to an
Oh,
umpire.
Lord. Nice try, Mr. Higgins. Nice try.
Let me say it again.
Stop it. So the third umpire is different from the one on the ground?
Yes.
You can call the third umpire. Hold on. Are you saying that you can say so you can call the VAR referee a robber, but you can't call the referee on the field a robber?
Are you ready for me to answer the question now?
You get catch up.
Okay, you win the argument.
No, it's not an argument. I agree with you. So we're not arguing.
I'm saying
agree
that
with
when
that
you
the
can...
umpires
when
I'm
you
just saying,
Garvey,
remember
me listen to your
made the
talk.
same.
Me listen to your rant and a rave and a call me the all kind of name for 4 minutes.
You vex no people because me point out the inconsistency.
No, me not vex. You call me traitor a little while, I never respond, because I know you that.
No, man. Arvin, that is disgusting. For you to come and tell me, say, athletes, 7 athletes are lined up in the color yellow, and one, this is Jamaica and the sprint, and you don't have a problem with that?
Garvey, you're going to...
I put in that, so when you watch the race, Arvin, are put in, they're going from yellow, then they come on to green.
Garvey,
comic strip business.
well, Garvey, let's hope for your sake Miss Babsy Grange decides that she don't want to be a minister anymore, because it's highly likely that the party that she represents will be in power for the next 5 years.
So, yeah, and then Jamaica sports just go straight down, and then all of us are happy, right?
I
am
don't
going
give
to
Garvey a heart attack.
Guess what about that? I am going to sit back and hear now on the phone. I'm going to hear reggae boy. Guess what? I'm going to listen every day. Miserable reggae boys fans, miserable track fans, and miserable cricket fans. Have a good day.
All right, Garvey, big up.
Big up.
That was a very entertaining call.
Garvey is always. I believe that programs like this are good for Garvey.
Yes.
It gives him an outlet to rant and make up a bag of noise. And I feel that without programs like this, Garvey's head would explode. He has to have something to argue and quarrel loud about. And cuss and name up himself. Now the man came on for about 5 minutes. Orville Higgins, yeah. And the minute Orville tries to respond, remember him say me a railroad him up. But I can't get a word. But me understand. Programs like this are good for Garvey. He clearly has a lot on his mind. And if calling me a traitor, cuss out the government, cuss out Babsy, cuss everything that has to do with the Minister of Sports, if that helps him to calm down, then it's a small price to pay, God. The traitor thing where you keep calling me, continue to call me that if it makes you feel a little better about life. I didn't see no problem with the athletes at the stadium track. If that makes me a traitor, then so be it. I didn't hear no athletes are complaining. I don't hear the spectators are complaining. I don't hear the officials are complaining. I don't hear the commentators are complaining. But somewhere out there in central Jamaica, there's a man called Garvey who nitpicks at every single solitary thing done by the current minister. To the point now where I hear him saying, the next government, we will reggae boys, we will be talking about reggae boys. As if somehow there's a link between reggae boys' performance and Babs.
No, sir, there's no link there.
The next thing we're going to hear is Babs because the West Indies team finale well either. Garvey, I would normally tell you to get a hold of yourself and just calm, but I've told you that 100 times and now. So continue to rant, my boss. And I know you're coming tomorrow. But I will sleep sound tomorrow night because I expect you to be like that. And so does the public. You're still box office too. What would the program be like without that? We'll take a break. We're coming back.
Praise the Lord and God bless you. This is Archbishop Wayne Jonathan Manning I from Omega Radio. We'd like to inform the listening audience that effective immediately, KLAS Radio is officially Omega Radio now. You are listening to Omega Radio,
tell everybody. The station where Jesus Christ is the star. God on Sports. Sensible. 89 FM Jamaica. Tell a friend, call a friend, tell everybody.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so it's time now for the first selection of the afternoon, brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. This one is from it's from Mercy Chinio, and it's called Excess Love. Alrighty then, so that is Excess Love by Mercy Chinwo, and that's our first selection brought to you by Edgechem Paints for people who dream in color. Let's go back live. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Emirates.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, Emirates?
I'm there, take it easy, you know.
Yeah, what say you?
Yeah, man. You guys were at the stadium?
No, I wasn't, but I watched on TV though.
I think the same things about
Yeah, I watched Friday and Sunday. Wasn't able to do so Saturday.
Friday and Sunday, okay. Yeah. What's the story with Rashid now?
Rashid McDonald has to apply.
What's the matter?
No,
I mean, big boy attack. Yes.
What happened to the race there? Rashid McDonald, sorry. What happened to the race there?
When him stop and I celebrate and I shut up people before him cross the line.
No, sometimes I really look at these things and wonder, you know, and they say sometimes the reason why we fight we don't do well in sports compared to other people, because there must be something wrong in our head, some of our athletes. Did he know that he has to meet a qualifying time?
Of course he would have known.
He could have known that Zidane.
Or maybe him think he was well ahead of the qualifying time.
Because I remember where he was about 2 meters out, he could have seen the clock, you know. Yeah. I know, say, him not reach this yet, 0.04 of a second. I mean, I tell the brother, it is, I mean, we have seen it so many times. I mean, I said to himself, say, boy, you know, how could somebody do that? I think, remember, the guy nearly beat him, you know, the other guy beside him, you know.
Yeah.
Another 0.01 second or whatever it is, and, you know, the guy that passed him. I would love to know, though. I would love to know why I go through his head, you know. I don't know who can talk to him and try to update us. What was going through his head at the time when he was going across the line?
Yeah, because he knows he's heavily criticized by a large part of the Jamaican track and field public. So he wanted to hug up that, he wanted to give up, hug up that kind of moment at the expense of getting the qualifying time.
Yeah, but even that Orville, you don't do them something there, because I say there's a thin line between today and tomorrow, you know.
You're telling me that you shouldn't have them something there? We know this. But
just enjoy yourself and prove it, you know, in your result, man. Follow them people who are going to show off to people and this and do your thing. People come around once you give the result. You understand?
Yeah.
Because people, the people more have the second last laugh now, because if you don't qualify, how you going to know? Tell me how it works. When you win or when you win or come second and you don't have the qualifying time, what after that?
The country will send whoever has the qualifying time.
Yeah.
So they have to go at another meet and meet the qualifying time.
I think they have up until the end of August to make
August 24.
August 24 to make the qualifying.
Put yourself under pressure. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you. Anyway, put me some good things coming out of the meet. The women hurdles, the male hurdles. I think to me, I know as Jamaicans we don't really watch these and monitor these pretty well, but we kind of look more at the 100 meter and so on. But I've never realized over the years we have been doing pretty well in hurdles. It's just that the people maintaining their position has been a challenge because of injuries and so on. Mm-hmm. But you realize that in the women top four people made the qualifying time. Mm-hmm. Right? Megan Taylor, Nugent, Brown, Hill, and really welcome back Karika Hill. I think another year or so.
Yes.
Because that girl, when she was coming up, out of school, she was doing pretty well, but she had an injury. Really happy for her. Sorry she can't make it, but you know, she did pretty well. So 4 women made the qualifying time.
Yeah.
You know, I think is the top 2 going through, right? Is that it?
No man, top 3.
Top 3, right? Yeah. So Brown gonna go ahead of Hill. But that was really good. And also in the men, we had the top 3 made the qualifying time. Bennett, Prince, and Mason. Broadbell never run because of some injury pickup in a training.
Yeah, but there are some who feel that he can still ask for medical exemption.
That's what I understand.
I'm not sure how that works, because when I read the rules, it says that you have to apply for medical exemption before the start of the trials.
Oh, before the start.
And he got injured during the trials. I'm not sure how
but
that
I heard works. It was a cut, you know, so I'm trying to figure. I'm sure he couldn't run. I don't know the nature of the cut. He knocked him foot against the hurdles in warming up.
But when the athletes say him no want go, me not question.
Yeah. But I hope, well, you know, sometimes we put ourselves on certainty, just like you are saying, that maybe we assume, say, just as easy as that, they realize now that you have to apply for it before the event. I don't know.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see how the J3s handle this, because
yeah,
Everybody said medical exemption, you're top three, but my understanding of the rules, you can't apply for medical exemption
while in the competition.
As to before. Well, let's see.
All right, Douglas, Shamaya. All right, she's running with the seniors now. The question is why she never run with the juniors. Sabrina Dakri run and came second in the 200. I mean, no, Sabrina that beat her. So I'm trying to figure out why she took on the senior.
You mean
I don't know if it means
Shania? Boy, that's a question only she could answer.
Yeah, I guess you want to push herself, but I would think that you don't want to maybe just continue with the junior, and, you know? Yeah. Asante Moore, big her up, finally make something.
She didn't make the qualifying time either.
I know, but she win. World champ. She's a champion, but I guess she may have to try. It's kind of sad, It's really sad. We did our best. I will still fall short at the qualifying time.
Yeah. But remember, Sherika is a star there, so.
I know, but you know, I'm just one star, brother. Sherika can't get injured, you know. Anything can happen.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, but we hope. Sorry that Sabrina, even though I don't think she would have won the race, you know, kind of went out for the start. Listen, me, who's the guy who came on before? Gav, you say?
Yeah.
I beg you, please. You know, tell him have a lot to say, but sometimes kind of hard. You know, you have some people and it's really hard to listen. Kind of painful when you hear it, and I have to be waiting there for over 10 minutes. You know, tell him just calm down. I mean, yeah, make a point. I don't see the point if I make because I don't know what was he saying. He said there's a problem. What is the problem? Is that it going to affect the athlete? I don't know what the problem he was saying, but what is the issue?
His issue is Garvey being political. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing.
You know, and he's really making himself a fool because there's really no issue. What is the issue I'm saying? Is it affecting the athlete?
There was
affect their performance?
There was a play done by Shakespeare hundreds of years ago called Much Ado About Nothing.
Nothing. Do you understand?
Garvey's rant repeatedly are classic cases of much ado about nothing. But I could leave it there, so the team catch.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Yeah, cool.
Or the theme. We take a break. We'll be back.
The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, and JCSD Trustee Services, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market for over 45 years. The time by the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group is 2:15.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Slide Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so let me make a distinction to one of the things that Garvey was ranting about. I maintain, I insist that we must be very careful how we call umpires or referees corrupt. Umpires and referees on the field of play, they get one chance to see an event, split-second decision that they have to adjudicate on. So a man tackle a man hands a ball, or whatever it is in a football, may have one chance to look at. VAR may call me over, which is a fairly recent phenomenon in a football. Or before DRS in a cricket, you have one chance. So I am always reluctant to feel corruption exists with on-field officiating. Now then, there's a complete difference when the third umpire with 16 replays then makes 3 bad decisions against the same team within a matter of an hour. Now, those who don't understand, that difference may can help you, you know. The difference between an on-field adjudicator who is in the heat of the battle with one look, getting it wrong one time, is, you know, you're give and you take. I say, boy, there's a fine line between incompetence and corruption. What I'm pointing out is a man looking at replays. And we're not talking about replays where it is still, what's the word I'm looking for? Debatable. A man lick a ball in a pad like Ruston Chase did. That is not a matter of judgment call, because there are times in a football where whether it's a penalty or whether it's not a penalty is debatable. So even when them look at it on VAR, you say, boy, Mr. Umpire call, Mr. Referee call this for penalty or this for handball. There are times there are still an element of debate in it. In cricket, when there's a clear deviation from bat to pad, there is no more element of doubt. When you give that out with 14 replays, I now question your integrity. That may attack. No more debate. Those who can't understand the difference between the two scenarios can't help. See? When you give a man not out, as in sheer hope, catch, what the bird's name, Travis Head, you say the ball didn't carry. Fine, I get that. You watch it 300 times, the replay say it not carry. But then, West Indies, similar case, you then said the ball carried. It makes you wonder. Okay? Replay umpires matter. Me not talk about a man on the field one time. Big difference between the two. Don't confuse the thing. Make we keep the intelligence level up. All right, next car. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Where you say?
Leon.
Yeah, man. Where going?
Yes, you're here.
Big up. Yeah, man. Yeah. Why am I tell you? David, why you remove the green for the Jamaica flag? That's where you go?
I was just told that multicolored tracks are you know, quite regular. I see.
Then come like, you remember one time on the black boot you saw there?
Yeah.
Football shows.
Yeah, man, a prominent coach just text me and say, multicolored tracks are fairly common around the world.
Well, me I say, you remember one time a black shoes, football shoes, the black and white.
Yes.
And from the 90s now, but when you used to see man in a red boot, it was something, it was a novelty.
Yes.
Then you see, you know, after a while you see different color boots, red, all kind of color coming. That is what is happening with the tracks. You know, it used to be red.
Yes.
You see blue, and now you see all kind of colors. You know, but Garvey just appreciate the minister, man.
That's it.
Political argument. And another thing, if the track never certified, if it needed to be certified, would the record, the times run on it, would they be legit?
My understanding is that they are.
Therefore, it simply means that the people who are making the alabalu about the track not being certified. They were backing up their tree.
I was trying to tell them the other day, last week.
Because
that is why Garvey has moved. That's why Garvey moved away from that now and gone in the different colors.
Yeah.
You run from this being certified to Burrell record, go get ratified. Don't leave that.
You see the motive.
Yes.
Anyway, like cricket, the Orville. Why they tell you Orville?
Yeah.
We worthless, and we are going to be a fight same way.
Yep.
Because, watch out, you know what, when Ed, in the first innings, Travis Ed, he was the top scorer in both innings, right?
I think so, yeah.
In fact, who got the man of the match?
Wasn't Webster the top scorer in the second innings for Australia?
Yeah. Bo Webster.
Who got the man of the match?
I think a Webster get it.
Can check.
Webster. But listen, to me, Ed played the most critical role in the match.
Yeah.
Because when Ed
because possibly with that bowling them, we probably could have get a 40-run lead if we get him earlier in the first innings.
Come and stand up in the first innings.
Yeah, that's a reasonable good point.
We were on a roll, you know. Weston was on a roll, and him come and stand up and come and add the partnership.
Yes. Yeah, man,
Right?
and then we drop him.
And he should have been out.
Yeah.
But the third umpire never gave him out.
Yeah.
Then, our best, because we're not on the top order. Right? And I tell you what, John can get back a chance and him out dash it to that door.
But I never understand.
John can need to stand up. John can know what him play for him game now, you know. And his family future, you know.
And again, who say me not understand? I understand exactly what John. Never worked, but
he needs to play for his family future.
Who says he's not doing that?
And get out, brother.
But who says he didn't think that by playing like that gives him the best chance to make runs?
Orville. Is he a bat for your kidney? I say that bat.
But all right, you want to break down John's dismissal in 30 seconds. John's biggest problem when he's batting at Test cricket is nicking after the slips or to the keeper. Ball in the channel, 12 inch, 18 inches outside him playing, getting an edge to the keeper or to the slips. In the first innings, so his first innings back in Test cricket, him chinks to the slips again. John decided, therefore, me now out chinking to the slips again.
So you'll get way.
So in the second innings, he started shuffling across the stump. So by the time the ball Lego, he's already on half stump. There is nobody in the leg side close to the bat, you know. So John ramp and get 4. In John's head, pushing at the ball outside half with 3 steps and a gully, plus the keeper, is 5 man can't catch you, you know. The only body can catch up on the leg side, down a square leg deep or fine leg deep. No such person there. In John said that little ram shop here, safe. It just so happened me lick the top of the gloves and the keeper. But it's not a grown no man head. No obvious that the man a pre. Now, is it?
You have 30 seconds to give John some advice.
Which is what?
In Christian career. John average about 17.
20 something of the man. Get it? Don't take half. Don't take half. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Give him some advice. No. I'm going to give him some advice.
What would your advice be?
John Campbell, you see the first burst of the bowler with the new ball likely to be the most effective burst. Try and find a way to stay there.
No man, them no advice. Try and stay there how?
Get them when them come back, okay?
Lord have mercy.
Find a way.
And he says, and if he should say to you, find a way how? What do you think?
Get a single and go to the other end.
Getting a single how?
Always play them from the other end.
Big man, and he says, how do I get a single? What do you say?
Oh, you get a single?
Yeah.
If you can't get a single, block the ball. Try. It's very simple. Listen.
You don't understand how...
It's always easier to face the fast bowlers in the second spell and the third spell.
I am saying...
That's my advice. My advice is you give me your one.
Well, I know. John's problem is technical. Tell him, say, just get a single. Is that me? Just tell a man, say, just run 9-5-8, man, and you're good, man.
No, don't get a single. Block it. Block it.
And I'm saying John's weakness is that ball just outside the half stump in that channel.
Block 50 ball. Let the man come
you're not getting me.
In second spell.
Which one does he block and which one does he not block? That's his problem.
Get to the man second spell, brother. Don't get out for the man.
You're the man that sounds general. I'm trying to get you to be very specific, but clearly you're not good.
You give me advice, no? I give him mine.
No, man, believe it, so. What's your next one?
We want to talk something else.
Yes.
We agree. Say, listen, our batting is a big old piece of problem, Orville.
Yeah.
Okay. If we can't make 300 runs, there are much of them TC out. We've been having, this is a recurring decipal. We've been having this problem where we cannot make 300 runs. We can't win test match if we can't make 300 runs. Because we had a chance in the first innings, you know. We both decided to 170 or 180.
Yeah.
If we had give them a 100-run deficit.
Yeah.
It would be very hard for them to come back.
The two top scorer get teeth out.
Somebody saying Travis said was actually named man of the match. So I work with him and him said
And
Alex.
we keep dropping the
And
catches.
remind me that Alex Keir was actually the top scorer in the second innings.
Yeah.
And we keep dropping catches.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We were awful in that regard.
Zidane.
Yes.
Zidane. I like a flow for news, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So give me credit.
For what now?
Okay?
Which point?
Give me credit, brother.
What point was
All
that?
right.
Yeah.
Last week, when the draw they announced, everybody talk about soup. And I said, don't sleep on this Caruso side. I know me here, man, I tell them the same thing.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Zidane, you remember?
But if we get rid of the coach now, I'll go back to soup. But you're right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Zidane, me tell you, the man can run out one dot second.
No, man. Obviously you saw the team before.
No. But me know that Curaçao is not a country. Curaçao is a department.
But even though them look reasonable in terms of man for man, my boss, and what they would have been doing in the last 2 years in football, they no good like none at all.
They can straighten in us, Zidane.
Oh.
Them can run out. It does second 11 per week.
If we lose to Curaçao, they might not qualify. We're worthless, my boss.
Yeah, that's true. But yes, all right. You see when Steve them get McLaren, Zidane, between me and you, and the whole Jamaica list and the whole world, there's, as long as a coach like McLaren was available, we couldn't not take him. He come and now do good, no, but we didn't have to take him. McLaren a big coach, Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
What a big system.
He's a big club coach.
He's a big coach.
No, my boss, club, the dynamics of coaching the club and international football are totally different.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know,
you have to be you have to be perfect with your team selection and when to drop a player and when to. I know how much time for work on chemistry and come on.
Lay on the break, catcher. Big up yourself. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we're coming back after.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Two-time defending champion Carlos Alcaraz avoided a shock against Italian veteran Fabio Fognini in the Wimbledon first round to set up a meeting with British qualifier Olivier Tarvet. Alcaraz dug deep to win 7-5, 6-7, 7-5, 7-5, 2-6, 6-1 as he opened center court play on a sweltering first day of grass court Grand Slam tournament. The 22-year-old Spaniard quickly secured victory when an entertaining contest resumed after a 15-minute pause in the deciding set. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich Financing.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box, and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Restaurant, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart, locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. We go back online. Hello.
Yeah, man. Hello.
Oh, Badger the Great.
How are you, Mr. Badger?
Yeah, man. Good. How do?
Not too bad.
Zidane, boy, I try to make a thing, boy, but I got country for spend on 2 hours. And it turned into 7, 8 hours, boy. Yeah, but so I come back late, brother. France out.
Yeah, man, we understand.
So, yeah, man. The next one.
All right.
Yeah, the next one.
And based on based on the demand, it might very well be August.
No problem.
Yes.
Keep it at the Independence Week, then.
No, sir. We can't compete with the big something that feed them.
If people can't come to any of them green.
They're bad. All right, go ahead.
That's the last week now. After Leighton come and smash out Garvey and Teeth clean.
Yes.
Garvey say, me I know. You like that. Garvey come to the door, Garvey say, traitor. You like that. You know, since they one, but by the way, let me ask a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
They paid over the track for the weekend.
No.
Then, so boys and girls camp, I never saw the stay.
Yes.
The same we gave you a complaint over.
Yes.
The Michael Jackson meet, I never saw the stay.
Yes.
We gave you a complaint over. So Gabby just have to that.
Well, you done? You done? Glenn Mills had a meet there as well, you know?
Glenville meet.
Yeah, you know?
I never saw the stay.
But during that time, he thought that not certifying the track is a major problem because that get liquid, as you said now. Him saying,
yeah,
you think the flap this up now, come with the next one, you know, because she have to get beaten, you know. Yeah, man?
Yeah, no, sir, we can't even see that. That is a problem. So Glenn Mills, who is a big coach in Jamaica, is a madman. I'm the fan Bob's side. You understand? And by the way, yeah, if he agree with it, Michael Jackson, big track and field expert, never see nothing wrong with the color. Boys and girls champs, nobody does nothing wrong with the color to we all the tracks there. And Garvey will just get back in flat screen TV in our country. Can never have to do them time there. Him stood on TV, you know, and say, what is this am I watching on my TV? Bobsy gotta go. no, Garvey. Slow down on the Garvey. Garvey, slow down on the Garvey. We agree, say, Bobsy is, the Honorable Bobsy is not doing such a wonderful job, and she can be replaced, Garvey. But oh my goodness, Garvey.
Don't blame her for what she's not to be blamed for, man. It don't sound good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Gabby, ease up now, Gabby, you got an old truck paint now, a one man over there, so you know a different color, for the rest of a different color. So what I know, the man living in
yeah, and I was trying to get Gabby to understand that while she's the Minister of Sport, she's not an expert in track and field, and now if she comes and say, what I think about these colors, the persons who are the expert now at understanding what a track needs to look like would tell her that listen, this color thing can't work. You understand?
But somebody ask a good question. What is the point Gabi's trying to make? Did it affect the start?
I don't hear an athlete. I don't hear an athlete complaining at all.
Yeah, man. What is your complaint, Gabi? Eh?
Shakespeare wrote a play some years ago.
Yeah.
Much ado about nothing. Think Garvey.
But
this afternoon. Perfect example.
No, Gabi, you can't load that, no, Gabi. The truck I got certified in July, when it due, and the color bits we are talking about, Gabi. Me no know. Anyway, let us go back. Let us talk about the cricket. I'm going to put my neck on the block now. I'm going to say, based upon what I saw in the first match, especially in the first innings, I believe that West Indies, I want to go out and say, that we are not going to lose this series, this treated series. Me not think so. I think that they are going to
Steve Smith are come back,
do the right. Eh?
A man named Steve Smith coming back for the second test.
A man named Shamar Joseph is going to be bowling to him. I am saying to you, Mr. Higgins, based upon what I saw in the first game, we toppled over Australia for 2018. And I'm cannot say a bad shot them play a bad cricket. I'm talking about Australia now.
Yeah.
You understand? They were really trying to bat. and they got toppled over for 180. You understand?
Yeah.
And if they just listen to me here, Mr. Higgins, right? And don't play Warwican.
No, me never say Warwican.
Oh, you say it and then you say a joke you make.
No, man, me more let's slip this. So Warwican, whether you should play him in the second test now is another argument. Because if you're going to play man of bowling.
Mr. Higgins, the most on the slip, Mr. Higgins, because guess what? Warwican was used for the night watchman. Warwican, you don't get the ball in the first innings, Warwican. You don't get the ball. And it's signed all out 180. Not even Mr. Higgins can say, boy, we should have bowled Warwican in
No. My thing is, why? Fine, so you're not bowl Warwican, but Chase bowl 4 overs.
Chase is the skipper.
Why would Chase bowl 4 overs?
I'm going to tell you.
When the main spinner don't bowl a ball.
No. Chase have confidence in his own ability and his own bowling. And Chase is the skipper, and so Chase put on himself. And then you talk about the left-hander answer, and Chase saying, I am the skipper, I have confidence in my own thing. I don't even know why I can on the field in the first place.
No, man, but
Mr. Higgins said it right. No, Mr. Higgins, nobody with the foolish.
Badger, let's look on something, man. If you pick a specialist spinner, you can't bowl yourself as the part-timer and him not get the ball.
All right. So, Mr. Higgins, last week before the test match, you and I were there discussing the fact that we look like we are one batsman short, which we both agree on that, right?
No,
I would say that we should have...
You cannot not play Tevin Imlach. That was my thing, you know. So Tevin Imlach have to come in for somebody.
Yeah, and then we were trying to figure out who is that somebody.
Right.
And you make off for one of my 4 fast bowler or so. You understand?
Or agree.
And then no. Agree. Yeah, which he bowl good. We bowl well, Mr. Higgins. We bowl out the side we are playing on Barbados and we use the 4 pace attack. Forget about my attack spinner or whatever and so on, right? You cannot say no. Rightfully say you should drop any one of those fast bowlers beside you. You understand? And so, Mr.
I am
Higgins,
saying
come back down.
Just Tevin Imlach should have played.
Right. And I agree with that. And so no. You can look back on it now and say no. Who you would have dropped to play Imlach? Who would have dropped, Mr. Higgins? Be honest with yourself now.
Listen,
No, man. The question, brother, man.
No. As me say, a lot of these things come down to how people looking at training. And what kind of pitch me I gotta say on the man.
Right.
So I am not there for say who look sharp in training. Or I am not there on the morning at the test for look on the pitch and say, boy, here what. Based on other pitcher look, ting. So for stay 100,000 miles away and make a call like that. I like to know what the pitch because pitch conditions determine your 11. Determine your 11 most times.
We stood 100 miles away on the first day or the day before the first day, and you and I were saying that you need to play the better they call. Whatever your name.
I'm playing my best keeper who dominate regional batting this year.
Who dominate.
Me no need for the on the ground for no say. Who is the best keeper in the Caribbean? Although in fairness, you know. Although in fairness, I never believed that Hope would have kept so well. So that's surprising.
Forget about Hope is keeping. The wicket keeper, you say him can back to. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm saying now, looking back at the game now, Mr. Higgins, who you say shouldn't play? Because you wanted this keeper.
You want me to make the decision after the game? Remember that decision had to be made before the game started.
Yeah,
so now you want me to go back in time?
Me give it a chance to make it before the game, and you never make it before the game. I mean, I give you a chance to make it after the game now. So who you say could I really drop now, Mr. After the game now? It's a fair to you. Me ask you before the game, and you never tell me. Me come back now and ask you after the game now. I mean, see.
But you me don't know who me that. But me know me not leaving out Imlach.
Looking back on the game, Mr. Higgins, who would I really drop, Mr. Higgins? Say God knows you don't know, Mr. Higgins. Say God knows you don't know.
John Campbell, I met Brandon Hope.
John Campbell.
Yeah. Craig Brathwaite, I make Brandon Hope. Since you want me to be wise after the fact.
You know, say, I believe that Brandon and John must open the two though, and Craig come a three though. I think that they can do that, and you agree with me now that they can drop Oracle now for this game now.
Depends on what kind of pitch me I go get in a grenade.
Oh Jesus, Mr. Again, all right, okay. You know, so you have to catch a do wait that thing to do, Orville.
No such.
Yeah man, in football, you're either offside or you're not. Close or whatever you want to call it. You're the offside and not. And when the person offside and the goal is not given, and the football people come and say, boy, the third umpire, third referee, that thief, third referee. You say.
No man, the third I've never no. They
yes, Mr. Again.
Hold on,
yes,
remember your talk straight now, so give me a chance. And don't say hold on.
Okay.
I am saying in football, you can't argue against line calls like offside. If the man elbow over that, and that the rule say, then that's not the call where we contest. The calls that we contest in football are fouls and penalties. We can't argue a line call whether the man offside or not.
Mr. Higgins, when we set
when we say what happened, when we see what happened. No man, we can't quarrel about offside. If the VAR man say you're offside,
there's a game.
Then you're not offside, big man.
Hold on, there's a goal.
Hold the line, Badger. I have never quarreled with that. How you can't quarrel if the line say you're offside?
The game in Liverpool and Diaz, when Diaz scored the goal and was it offside, Mr.
No. What I was saying is not the VAR, is not the oh, we know where you're talking now. It's the interference of play. And I'm saying based on my interpretation, what exactly is interference? But I'm saying those are debatable cards. Alright, hold on, we're coming back after. We give you a minute. You have a way to find a way to squeeze extra minute. One more you get.
Set the trend.
The trend-setting sports desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The sports desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Slide Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Ascent Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza, Kingston, and Linston. We have it all, from linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Ascent Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Ascent Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Bramble Badger, the thing I was saying about that. Hold on, man, my time. The thing I was saying about that interference of play is that based on how the rules could be interpreted, I believe that a man who is in an offside position, even though he's not necessarily playing the ball or attempting to play the ball, could be could be interfering with play. But that is a judgment call where me not think the rules necessarily give the DRS man. Once the man now attempt to play the ball, they will say he wasn't interfering with play. What I was advocating for is a relook at the rule. Because the rule as it stands now.
So my question is this, Mr. Again.
Yeah.
Once you have clear evidence in your mind and in your head that the officials are robbing, thieving, you can call them thief now.
When it is a third umpire. When it is when you have the benefit of replay.
People, the new rule is this. Third umpire, VAR in football.
Yeah.
Once in your mind and head, you have clear evidence that the man
and when I say clear evidence, I'm not talking about judgment call.
Yeah, man. We know
so a batsman lick a ball in his foot. That's not a judgment call anymore. You know?
So, yeah, man, people, the new rule now. So because they don't busy accounting money. You almost make Orville say madness a while ago, and you don't say that.
Which one?
We're talking about a batsman, Zidane. Orville say we're one batsman shot. I may ask Orville to tell me say who in that drop. You know, Orville just call a while ago.
No, I wouldn't drop no batsman in fairness. But which one of the bowlers? It's a difficult call because now you have to talk about after the game. I would have to make a decision before the game. All right, but make me leave it there.
Believe in it, you can't say you want your one batsman shot.
No, man, I was being tongue in cheek.
All right,
leave it.
Yeah.
All right, that was Badger Grade. 615-2841, 615-2841, or 676-6968. Call through and let your voice be heard. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Sergio.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
And good day to your audience.
Yes.
Local and foreign. Enough respect to young Baggio the Great. Spend much time in St. Catherine. After being on the radio for a dozen minutes, Baggio said, go on and come back, man. Go on and come back. That's truly great.
Yes.
Zidane, nice of you meeting young Maggie. And look forward to seeing people like him in the national team. We need ball handlers like those.
Hey, you know that years ago Pioneer told me something about somebody who is successful in a particular area. It's a motivation for it. You know that? Because he pulled up in what them call it, J-Lee, one of them expensive vehicles, and I would say, boy, I wish I did take the football serious. And I had a younger one there saying, well, I definitely won't make your mistake. Okay. So, yes, I want to make sure him drive J-Lee too, yes.
Another friend of mine, Garvey. I noticed you rush Garvey, Garvey just on the radio for like 20 seconds and you're telling him to shut up. But
who said him?
Well, like Zidane was telling him to this was in the first couple.
No, because he said something. I was saying it was just zip it on low because he said something.
Yeah.
And wasn't given an opportunity to respond.
Yeah, but that's his style. Maybe that's what you're anticipating. But to Garvey though, I look at maths. And this is, I'm speaking freestyle, so I don't check it out or anything, or even consult my friend Maurice McNaughton, who is a mathematician. But on a track, on the outside lanes, the stagger always end last, It starts earliest in the first lane. Each of the stagger, the outside lane, the stagger end last. You know what I mean?
Garvey's problem.
So that for that last stagger now, if any one of the stagger got drop in the green zone, it would be first the outside lane one.
No, Garvey's problem is that him think all lanes should be in the same color.
No, not at all. Because it just happened that the last stagger, because the distance for all of the lane might see him, So it's just that the last stagger, because it starts ahead of the others. It going in ahead of the others. So the last stagger, it just happened to end a little over the
But may I tell you, said that is not Garvey's problem. You are addressing a problem which Garvey wasn't putting forward.
Yeah, it's like a maths thing, Garvey, but it's unavoidable.
No, it's not maths him at all. Stop it. The man is saying that all runners at the start of the race should line up in the same color.
No, when you take up the blocks for the 100 meter and you're going to the release, this is the important to have the stagger. Because the length of each of the stagger is same,
keep talking about stagger. Me tell you, say, not staggering at the man problem. Why you keep talking? The man said the
I'm
colors.
The yellow zone are the same distance for all of them. All of the yellow zone are the same distance.
All right, you insist on
Because
talking.
they don't start the same place, they're not going to end the same place. So it's just a matter of coincidence. And the further out you go, the further up it will end. So the outside lane, yes. The second one could have end in it too, But the mass of it just means the one probably or most likely or surest to go out furthest at the outside lane. So I just coincidence, the Garvey. I know nothing there.
You're solving a problem that Garvey doesn't have.
The colored stag, I noticed it helped the commentators a lot in judging the leaders in the group and the thing, in the races. You're better able to gauge who is leading and the position of runners, over the distance races, the 400 and all of that. So it helped a lot, the staggers. But something else. You mentioned 975.
Yeah.
Run on Saturday.
Yeah.
By the youngster there.
Shane Thompson.
Right. And you said it equal to Johan Blake's 2012 975.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I remember, like I was telling you, some people say, in 1990, Ian Bishop was performing better than Malcolm Marshall. Similarly, in 2012, Johan Blake was performing better than Usain Bolt. So we tend to, overlook
in
that.
the year leading up to the championship.
Right.
Yes.
So yes, indeed. Johan did 975,
So Officiating was the joint fastest time ever run.
Yeah. And I noticed Tia Clayton pulling up in the women's 100 meter.
Yeah.
Perhaps Shelley would have been fourth, but them say Lucky Born better than Wellbred, so Shelley got a third place. One other thing we need to touch now, two other. I hope Broadbell gets on the team, Broadbell are Jago youth, so.
I don't know if you heard me this morning that it will be very interesting to see how the JHP's rule on that. I don't know that the rule allow you to ask for medical exemption after the trial.
Take a look at deliberation, which points me now to Oblique Seville, because running in the final. Yes, a lot of discretion and compassion was extended to him, allowing him ample time to the detriment of others, because the better him feel and the worse other people are feeling.
Yeah.
You were ready for run 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes ago. So, but all Shy Hope caught by Query in that test match.
Yeah.
When I was listening into and I heard the commentator mentioning something about ball and cone, So I tell myself, so boy, I think on the keeper glove they call it the web, between the big finger and the top of the gloves.
Yeah.
So I said the ball sticking at the web. When you realize the ball at the bottom of the gloves, so it's like the ice cream is at the bottom of the cone and at the bottom end of the cone. So no, that wasn't a clean catch.
No.
So Shy Hope certainly shouldn't have been
It was another case. But let me tell you the dilemma that I have with this. Pan a bigger note. Help me out now. Conventional cricket logic says that the batsman gets the benefit of the doubt. That's conventional cricket logic.
Yes.
However, Senji, the DRS man, he's operating on a different premise. When the umpire gives you not out, he now has to have compelling reasons to change the on-field decision.
Yeah.
In other words, the third umpire no longer gives the doubt to the batsman. The third umpire will say, what if the standing umpire says, I think you're out. His TV viewing is to find why are there compelling reasons to say that you made an obvious error. So the third umpire no longer gives the batsman the benefit of the doubt. The third umpire gives the standing umpire the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's terrible. I just can't blame anybody if you go to extreme in terms of comments,
No, man, that was a joke.
It was really terrible. But let's go and those things our way. People say, well, one guy mentioned that West Indies might win the next test, but that would be retribution. That would be father turning things for his sake. So, more time.
All right, man, cool. Big up. All right.
Miss Marianne, so we go back online. Huh?
Break and then we can look at some WhatsApp. I haven't done so yet in the program. So we can do that after the break. Coming back.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements, hurdles, not to mention your team tracksuits, running tights, vests, and shorts.
The time by Western Sports, the sports people, is
3 o'clock. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, time now for the second selection of the afternoon and brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. This one is Cover Me, Jesus by the Apostle.
Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord.
From the fiery darts,
cover me, Jesus.
From the raging storm,
cover me, Lord.
In these perilous times,
cover me, Jesus.
When things not so calm,
cover me, Lord.
From the arrow by night,
cover me, Jesus.
Iniquity workers,
cover me, Lord.
From the pestilence,
cover me, Jesus.
So me want you fit,
cover me.
So me want you fit,
cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord.
For wrestling not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. With the shield of faith we are conquerors. Trample serpent, demons, vampires, vampires.
Yeah. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord.
From the fiery darts,
cover me, Jesus.
From the raging storm,
cover me, Lord.
In these perilous times,
cover me, Jesus.
When things not so calm,
cover me, Lord.
From the arrow by night,
cover me, Jesus.
Iniquity workers,
cover me, Lord.
From the pestilence,
cover me, Jesus.
So me want you fit,
cover me.
So me want you fit,
cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus. Cover me, Jesus. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Lord. Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, Jesus.
All right, Cover Me, Jesus is our second selection. We go back online. Hello.
Rumble in the jungle.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yes, man. Mommy B have to chime in when cricket are going, you know. One thing with Mommy B, you know.
Yes.
Orville.
Yeah, man.
You are the cricket guru now, you know. Because I'm saying you stick close to the Messiah, yeah? Them dry out.
Yeah, what you say?
How? Why should I care? What you call it now? A coach of a side be penalized if he come out against umpiring in the case of Sammy. How come What other choice Sammy have? What other
No, man.
what other medium does he have to express himself?
Them say you can't be overly, because if you allow everybody to come out and be overly critical of the umpires, it will lead the game into discipline and chaos. You as the coach can't blatantly cuss the umpires. In this case, I understand.
So when the mistakes are blatant, what you tell me, say you have to just keep your the monkey can't speak his mind or have it.
Alright, when a batsman get a decision that him think is completely unfair, put him back on him arm and that's why he doesn't have the leeway to challenge the umpire's decision on the field. I mean, you can ask for the review.
But if you understand, if you express dissent, you may be penalized.
Yeah, man, you can't.
What a rough situation, man.
I just saw the rules.
Orville, how do you explain picking Warwick and him don't get a ball? Wouldn't it be better if we had an extra batsman?
All right, so let me be fair to Rastan as coach, as skipper.
Yeah, man.
The pace bowlers were getting wickets. It is clear on that first morning that the pitch was assisting the seaman.
But remember, this is a man who took 10 wickets in the Orville. You can't underestimate Warwick.
You asked me for an explanation. In our way, I'm not just. So I'm saying we had the Australians down. Wickets are come regularly. I want 80 we bowl them out fine.
Boy, me I tell you, man. And then we couldn't even make 170 runs on top of that.
All right, go on, do it.
Yeah, man, go on, man.
But every time we start, me I tell you why me think so me not kill him, but why me have a question. So for the third time now, the wicket was assisting the seam bowlers. We are get wickets, and when we not get wickets, we are drop catches.
Oh my goodness.
Now there was a partnership that started to develop now between Travis Head and the keeper, Kiri.
Kiri, right?
Two left-handed batsmen. The pace bowlers, they put on a little amount, so the pace bowler never out there. Chase then decided that he will try a spinning option. Now, because he's an off-spinner, he's turning the ball away from the two left-handers. And there's a convention, there's a thing that is creeping into cricket now called matchups, where the spinners will want to bowl to batsmen with them spinning away from them, as opposed to Warwick, and as a left-arm orthodox, we are going to spin the ball into the two left.
Into them. Oh.
So Chase take the ball to the two left-handers, bowl 4 overs, probably 9 runs. Didn't get a wicket, and then eventually went back to his pace bowlers, who eventually got job done. So Warwick can bowl a ball. Now my thing is, if me pick you as my number one spinning option,
spin bowler,
I am not playing matchups. May I play the man who me think most likely for out and even if me I play the matchup thing, left-hander bat, half spin and spin away, at the 2 away I go bowl. Me now bowl and you now.
And Orville,
second innings, he got 8 overs for 18 runs and didn't take a wicket, but might be dropped for the next game.
The dismissal of Hope Orville.
Yeah.
From a long time, from Wappy Kill Philip, I hear say, when in doubt, sir, give the benefit of the doubt to the batsman.
Yeah.
How comes that decision went against Hope when there was enough evidence, Orville, based on what we hear?
That the ball touched ground.
One of the umpires said, boy, this really look hard and Hope. It looked like the ball actually was touching dirt or grass. So how comes then give Hope out?
Good. Ask the third umpire.
Then if Samuel come out and hit out against them, something Orville. Boy, rough, me I tell you, man.
Rough.
And then catches win matches are always here, this thing in Orville. And we didn't do ourselves any good by dropping.
Not.
Boy, what type of drop catch Orville?
Even with this very strange third umpire. If we had taken our catches, it would be a different
Oh my God, it would have been a much closer match in Orville.
Yeah.
And then Orville, Sutherland, so do you see any change for the next test, Orville?
Well, I'm fearing for Warwick, and now he bowled 8 overs in the whole game. Didn't make no runs.
Dropped a few catches, or not?
By him, I want to drop catches, because the catches were being dropped in the slip mostly, and he never had to last.
So I'm worried that they may not play him. But make we see what the Grenadian pitch.
So if they don't play Warwick, who they going to bring in? An extra bowler?
I think the most strength the bat. I think they think that the 3 pace plus Greaves plus Chase is enough.
So who is the extra batsman then? Who is the next batsman in line?
Well, they could play Tevin Imlach as the keeper and relieve Hope off the gloves.
Yes.
They could make Michael Louis come in. Michael Louis was the opener before, correct?
Why them guys that look bits and pieces doing a Orville. I not see no real batsman out there where I kick down no door.
No, that's not it. But we leave it there, sir. The passion gone on them youth are youth, so they're not special.
Anyway, big up on yourself in Orville. Little Samson.
Yeah, man. Man, big up.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right, so Miss B, remember me tell us I now have access to the WhatsApp.
Oh, it's YouTube we must look at.
YouTube. What am I doing wrong now? Huh? Put it back on the YouTube or whichever I could. Because I don't know, for some reason I can't see WhatsApp. All right, so YouTube it is then. All right. Here are some of the YouTube feedbacks. The poll says all the other athletes would have to run massive PB to beat Oblique. Call it your conspiracy theory. Cut it. That's the first one of the earlier caller would say.
It's Peter Principle.
Yeah, a trick. A craft. Oblique did a craft out everybody. Michelle Freeman says, anybody who could see Jamaica in any group and even think about soup, much less to utter it, is nothing less than fully done. We always find a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. So Michelle Freeman is saying, nobody talk about soup. No soup, no porridge. And then Michelle Freeman comes back and says, run him off the radio with his politics. He's the next super dunce. I suppose that was when Garvey was up. Alexa Carvalho, Garfield, a guy clearly who just, well, I suppose he means Garfield. A guy clearly who just watches sports to criticize. Does he has passion? Yeah, but does he look reasonability? Most. Does he lack reasonability? Most definitely. Delightful mountain volcano. Say, Garvey, mind your pressure. I only used to fall because you are search for faults. Let's squeeze one more. Baggio, you catch him. Even in hindsight, he can't admit that Warrican was a non-factor in the test. Warrican was a non-factor in the test. Warrican did not bowl in the first innings. Bowled 8 over for 18 in the second. Warrican was not required to do it. Pace bowler them do them job for the first innings and to a large extent in the second. What is that? What is in that not to it? Facts are just the facts. Warrican bowled 8 overs in the entire test. And he was bowling on day 2 and day 3, which is never usually the time when spinners, unless are just raging turners. Notice Nathan Lyon also had a very quiet game as well. Anyway, we will leave it there. What would you know, Mr. B? We go back on line.
Hello. Hello.
Am I on?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's big up?
Good afternoon, Shipping.
Now listen, Mommy B. Big up yourself, Mommy B.
Yeah.
Well, if Mommy B a tricky. Oh, Mommy B see ball and come off her edge.
Oh, him see them.
It's a tricky crowd, you know.
Yeah?
You say Marley's a tricky crowd?
It boss is some things and not even me not see when me watch a game.
No, him say base ball where I understand. The ball touch the ground. Him not about the edge.
Okay.
Matter the hope dismissal when.
So you see that one, because when they close, not even the third umpire could have seen it, you know.
No, you say base ball where I understand. So I don't think him see. But it clear so the ball touch the ground, Shipping Port.
No, I never said that. I said Mommy B.
Okay.
Anyways. The day when the light went or the system went, my name Michael Caine was supposed to come on. Well, I dispute his argument today without him being on. And Mr. P made mention that he said Atomica should have been should have been named Ass of the Year. But because they don't want to give a ass 3 years in a row, why they gave it to Funky and Dunn. And I came on and I said, Mr. P must be lying. Mr. Michael Caine could never.
Yeah, but before you take on the statement, make we hear from Michael Caine.
But didn't he come on and say that? He did.
He was, no, Friday he was supposed to come on.
But remember you call him and you ask him and he
said
yes.
Why him did say again? And that's him say?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
And he made mention, he also made mention that Atomica in his case, before you tell him to come on Friday, that Atomica defeated Funky and Dunn twice last year. That is not true. They raced 4 times last year. The very first race I think was the Shiza Manita. Funky and Dunn walk out the block, or walk out the box and gave away about 10 lengths to Atomica. Ran her down and beat her by about 3 lengths. That's the very first meeting. The second meeting was the Gold Cup, where Atomica break early. Funky and Dunn ran her down, beat her again about 2 lengths. I don't think it was the Gold Cup. I don't think she was in the Gold Cup, but it was the second meeting and ran her down. The third meeting was the Jamaica Cup, where Funky and Dunn had a problem. The whole racing fraternity knew Funky and Dunn had a problem. Funky and Dunn was laboring, gave away a lot of lengths, ran on, but she beat him. She won the third meeting. The fourth meeting, which was the last meeting, the fourth of fourth, which was the Big Mooti Mile, Funky and Dunn beat Legacy Isle, Barnaby, Tistas, the whole of them big ass there, Desert of Malibu. She run about 14 down the track. So how could she been, and another thing, Funky and Dunn raced 10 times for the year, 1-7 and last 3, but the 3 of them last at 3 seconds. Atomica, that's a 7 out of 10, you know. Atomica ran 8 times, 1-4 and last 4. And 4 of them, 3 out of the 4 what she lost was to Funky and Dunn. So there was no case or no man can find no evidence to prove that she should have even been in contention in the argument for after the year with Funky and Dunn.
You're making a compelling case. Sounds good. The reasoning sounds fair. We take a break.
And everything is correct. Everything what me I say is spot on.
Hold on. Make you finish up your thing after that.
I need help with my vehicle cost this year, going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926-HAWK. Conditions apply.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, Shabinport.
Yeah, Mr. Oz. All right. His argument that he made about St. Cecilia not getting it for the third consecutive year, where they gave it to Princess Popstar, I can support him. Princess Popstar was a 2-year-old, running against 2-year-old and running some fast times. When St. Cecilia was running against the big boys and girls and beating them up, the grade 1 horses, and doing some super fast times. So I can support him right there. I would have given after the year to St. Cecilia and they gave it to Princess Pastor. Because a big roar around the racing walls.
Yeah.
But that argument should not be in the same part with this one about Funky and Atomica. Atomica is basically a failure compared to Funky and who is a super ass that has done super things at the track. This is the ass, you know. When the big ass them come here about legacy at the end of the year, them fly down the whole of the big ass them from overseas, from America. This ass defend, even though it's an American ass, though, you know. This ass has been here for a while. This ass defended the style of Jamaica. Nobody expected what
you know what me like? Cause based on how you sound, you almost lead me over to your side of the yard.
And no matter I lean over to side or nothing, me just tell you the fact.
Yeah, then the facts, as you state them, I lead me over to your side of the yard.
No man, what you can do is bring him on and make him explain for him side.
At that me I wonder now if
you don't.
Hold on, Miss B. You have Michael Kane number? Here, make we hear Michael and shipping port. Huh? Okay. Call him right now. Shipping port.
Yeah.
True sports desk star.
Me not do debate nor me say me retire, but me not come off. Me make you put him on.
Yeah man, we'll put him on. Some people trying to
but not do this again what you do just now, because me say me not debate again. I did say it on the program.
I not debate.
No face off, no debate, but man.
No man, if you said no, you know, up feet.
No man, you can't put me tell me not do it, but you can do it. I'm here, I have time. But right. Me not do them something. Me retire from debate. I said that. And face off, but no problem, put him on.
Miss B, tell me, if we can't get him right now, but read the time I go. You know, we just hear the two quick version. We don't want the two of them on more than 2 or 3 minutes. We're getting there. All right. So people we're trying to get Michael Kane with shipping port to discuss Atomica or Funky and done. Michael had apparently said Atomica should not be in the running. Shipping port vehemently oppose that.
Yeah, man, Atomica should not be nowhere near this, near the argument about us of the year. Nowhere.
Miss B talks to me, right? Is he the way I get him or when I get him? Or start. You know it. Really, is he? We're not going to do the time because we have other people that work as well. All right, so. What you said it now, Miss B? Alright, so people will say I start with the 4 9 minutes. So we're not gonna waste. I start us give it the signal, we're giving him 30 seconds. No more than that. And then we give shipping port 1 or 2 minutes with Michael here. Talk to me, Astar. Talk to me. Is he coming or is he not coming? Then if I'm coming, just put him through the money. Yeah. Alright, he's coming. Alright, people. So let's have a quick shipping port, no how we call it, the face off.
No, it don't matter, man. It doesn't matter.
Michael Kane. Hello? Michael?
Yes, Orville, good day.
Yeah,
good
man.
Day, listeners.
So me have shipping port online.
Yes, shipping port, good day, sir.
Shipping port, make your case. And then Michael, my response.
Yeah, my argument is to refute what you said about Atomica being named after the year, because they said they didn't name her because they don't want to name 3 years, as they did with St. Cecilia back then in about 2013. And my argument is Atomica should not and could not be named after the year based on what Funky and Dunn did last year. Funky and Dunn ran 10 races. 7 of those was in the winner's enclosure, and he lost 2 where he won 2 second and a close third. Atomica ran 8 races, won 4, lost 4. 4 of those races that Atomica was in involved Funky and Dunn. Funky and Dunn won 3 of those races, and Atomica won 1. So out of those 4, which was a Jamaica Cup. So,
shipping boy, we're not hearing you. No, man, your voice gone all of a sudden.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Alright, you hear me?
Yeah, man, stay right.
Yeah, man. Out of the 8 races that Atomica ran, she won 4 and lost 4. Atomica ran 10, 1-7 last speed. After the 4 that Atomica lost, 3 of those losses were to Candon. They ran 4 times. Candon beat her 3 times. She ran one once in the Jamaica Cup. So if she and Atomica lost...
Shipping board, come to your phone, man. You're in and out, man.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
I made my case. Let me start Michael Kane talk.
Yeah, Michael.
I had made my case earlier, you know.
Yeah, Michael, how you respond?
If you not hear me, make him...
No, man, see right this up. Right this up. Michael, he has put up a very credible argument, in my opinion, assuming that all he's saying is true. How do you plead?
Yes, what he has said is very credible, you know. Can't count what he has said. He has the right statistics, right? And he has very valid reason to say what he's saying. But I still hold to my point that it is just almost impossible for a horse to be voted Horse of the Year for 3 consecutive years, no matter how good that horse is. And I was pointing to the fact that Atomica beat Fun Candon by some 14 lengths in the Jamaica Cup, and that is a big enough beating to put her right up there to be considered for Horse of the Year. Right? The fact that they raced multiple times and he beat her a couple times, yes, while the recipient of lumps of weight, let me point out that fact, when Fun Candon first beat Atomica, he was getting some 22 pounds or some thereabouts. And when he beat her again, he was getting weight. So, weighing the pros and cons, she, in my view, would have been a valid candidate to be Horse of the Year for the third occasion. But, as I said, history has shown, no matter how good a horse is, it is like the racing fraternity. And I don't want to give the Horse of the Year title to a horse of 3 years, because maybe they'll be looking at it and say, well, this doesn't speak good for our bloodstock then.
All right, I hear you, Mike.
So, person just don't vote. They just don't want to vote for to get it 3 times in a row.
All right, I hear you, Michael. But if left to you, forget what the racing fraternity like do or don't do. If Michael Kane had the deciding or the casting vote, would Atomica be named Horse of the Year? Hello?
Well, I'm a member of the committee which vote for the title each year and the other respective titles as well.
So you voted against Fun Candon?
Yes, I voted for Atomica.
Okay. All right, I hear you. Based on how the argument sound, I'm leaning towards the other side. But I hear you. Big up, Michael.
Okay, Orville. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Shipping port.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, lead one love, Panama. Me depend on your side of that.
No, all right, listen now. You see, me can share something. If Michael Kane is still on, it's one of the reasons why Michael Kane vote for Atomica. Yeah. You see who listen, KLS and Michael Kane is on Atomica is before Atomica run. Michael Kane is up in arms about Atomica before the race is enough.
No man, me could leave it. Me could leave it.
Oh, okay, alright, no problem, man.
But big up yourself.
Yeah, man, respect.
Alright. Oh, you have the young boy wants to say something. Alright, come round, youngster. You make your debut on the something right. People, we have a little young intern. Come quick now, young boy, and write your name in lights. We have a youngster who chime in, Pana. Is the horse racing issue?
Yes.
How old are you again? 18. Come closer to the mic. Remind me of the name.
Kimani Barrett.
You have to talk to the mic.
Yeah. Kimani Barrett.
All right, Kimani Barrett, 18. You're an intern.
Yeah, intern here. So.
Which you're intern from which institution?
Arden. I went to Arden for Excelsior, but now I kind of just try this full time.
You want to get into sports broadcasting?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sports again?
Horse racing and football.
Why horse racing?
My dad owned horses when I was younger, so kind of just get into it from there. So.
All right. So we hear that. Your take.
All right. In my opinion, Fun Candon was a deserved Horse of the Year champion.
Yeah.
He beat Atomica 3 times, and showed beating once. And he won the biggest race in Jamaica last year, the Mute Mile. Yeah. And he beat some American horses. But to say that Atomica is a failure was a bit bramble to me, as you guys would say. Like, she beat him by 14 lengths in the Jamaica Cup. He had no chance to beat her. She went all the way. And also, if you look at it, he has carried less weight than her. Yeah. And then in recent times now, The two of them are carrying same weights, 126 pounds, which is the top weight.
Right.
She's a 6-year-old horse. She's a female horse. Normally, male horses are stronger than female horses. It's only in the last 2 races where she has carried less. She has always had to carry 126 pounds against American horses, and the American horses come in as the better horses than the Jamaican bred horses.
Yeah.
If you look at a recent race a couple months ago, Barnaby and her, the two of them carry 126, and he beat her by what, half length or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's still at the top level in Jamaican racing as a 6-year-old, which is very old for horse. Normally they'd retire by now, especially as a female. And she's still putting in great results.
So you agree that Fun
Can't is a deserved horse of the year.
But you don't agree with the statement that Atomica failed.
Yeah, she can't be a failure. This horse has beaten the best male horses that Jamaica has had for the past couple of seasons, and she beat the Americans. The problem with Atomica is whenever she runs in races with a big field, she has to go in front, and she don't like the crowd. So she would kind of throw a little tantrum. In 2023, she actually threw her jockey off because she was so far in the crowd. But anytime you let her go in front,
so you wouldn't use the word failure last season. What word would you use? Or what term?
Honestly, I would say she had a good year. She didn't win all her races.
4 out of 8?
4 out of 8, and she finished in the top 3 in most of the things. She was only out of the top 3 in one of them, which was the Mute Mile, which she wasn't really favored to win because she ran in it 2 years before the 2 previous editions, and she didn't win. So everybody kind of felt like it's not her race. But she had a great season. And her stablemate, Desert of Malibu, is a similar type horse. They're trained by the same person, and they have the same running style. And Malibu had a good year, similar type year to her as well, but everybody hype her up, but find fault with Atomica.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do right now. A long time you're there, you know. I will promise to give you a bus on us. You see, as of now, welcome to the club.
All right, thank you.
You sound... You're passing, Bram.
Sound the part.
Sound the part.
Yeah, man.
You sound sports deskish.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
If and you sound natural as well.
If you can sound that way, but other sporting talents, you have a future.
Yes, indeed. No 2 ways about it.
I appreciate the
compliment. Me and Zidane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Just know that. I feel like we uncover next diamond, not a rough. So buy me a drink every now and again. And at least, whenever you hear the issue, you want to say something, come around.
All right.
Me I put that stamp upon you.
Yeah, man.
Remind me of the name again.
Kimani Barrett.
Kimani Barrett. Big up. People, I'm so. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstrom, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
2-time finalist Daniel Medvedev took his frustration out on his racket after he suffered a shock first-round exit at Wimbledon. The Russian world number 9 lost 7-6, 7-2, 6-3, 7-6, 7-3, 6-2 to the 64th ranked Frenchman Benjamin Bonzi before slamming his racket against a chair and his bag. This is the first time Medvedev, who made the last 4 in the past 2 years, has failed to reach a second round in 7 Wimbledon appearances. It was the very first victory over a top 10 ranked opponent for Bonzi, 29, who has matched his best Wimbledon result by reaching the second round. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-1000
9146. And Fossridge.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fossridge, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fossridge Financing.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
You know, people. I never know, say I said a little youth that bad. If you know him, very young, 18 years old, and he wear thick glasses, you know. I mean, you know. When you see a young youth, them wear it, and him glasses thick. 9 times out of 10 are some smart youth, them. You know. So, Kimani, he just know. Just go and buy me a drink every Friday and I'm joking. But I was very impressed. Clearly has knowledge about the thing. Is clearly prepared to balance an argument. So he agrees with shipping port partially, but he felt that his use of the word failure was a little bit too strong, and he defended the case well. He has a future. I want to address one quick little thing this afternoon. There's a school of thought that your greatness and your legacy are similar things in sports. People, that is not true. Greatness is basically how good you are, relative to your peers. Your legacy is things that you do to have an impact. Now, quite often, your greatness lends to your impact, which is your legacy, but they don't always follow, Let's use Dion Burton, for example. Nobody would tell you that Dion Burton is a great footballer for Jamaica, but he has a long-lasting legacy for Jamaica. Do you all agree with that? You can't talk about World Cup.
And Leon Bailey doesn't.
Not the same. Dion Burton has a bigger legacy in a Jamaican football than Leon Bailey for sure.
Yes.
But we all agree that Leon Bailey is a bigger footballer.
Yes.
But Dion Burton has the bigger legacy. He did more things that created more impact.
Yeah, man.
The argument that legacy and impact, that legacy and greatness are the same is not.
No, none at all. It's not.
And Dion Burton's example. Dion Burton was none of we would think that Dion Burton was no special. But his legacy with the Reggae Boys supersedes a lot.
Everybody remember that Dion Burton scored some big goals and helped us to qualify
his legacy.
for the first time for the 90s.
That's not talking about his
greatness. I'm not great. No, I'm not even good.
So we find a good example. Here's a cricket example. A fellow called Carlos Brathwaite. Remember the name. As long as West Indies T20 cricket will be discussed, we're going to have to discuss that. Carlos Brathwaite's legacy because of his impact in our World Cup final will long be remembered and talked about. But Carlos Brathwaite not great. Carlos Brathwaite's legacy is far greater than Carlos Brathwaite the player. So it's not true.
Not to be twinned together.
No. Quite often though, your greatness and your legacy coincide. But not always.
Not the same.
Not the same.
You're trying to act as if it's the very same thing.
No. Dion Burton's legacy is bigger than Dion Burton as a great footballer.
Yeah. Because if a player is brilliant, if a player is a brilliant player and he goes to the World Cup and he's brilliant, they get to the final and his team end up winning on penalties. You don't add anything. We still say you're brilliant. We realize that you individually, you're the very best. You're better than everybody else. Yeah. If you had lost the final, don't tell me that Diego Maradona is in the conversation as the greatest footballer of all time. But if one of the players had missed the opportunity that he set up...
No, me not get down I'm just talking straight.
Yes.
Understanding
Definition. Okay.
Legacy is what you do that leaves an impact. Dion Burton has a huge legacy. But Dion Burton is not considered great. So don't you all confuse us by telling us that greatness and legacy are the same. It's not true.
No, it's not.
Carlos Brathwaite, with those 4 sixes in that 2016 final, has left a lasting legacy in our head. But Carlos Brathwaite, not special. Not great. Like we leave it this. We go back on.
Hello.
Yeah, so you all doing? Dangerous Inside.
Good afternoon.
No. Sorry.
You all good?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Zidane, explain this thing with Oblique Seville and all of them things that happened. What exactly happened there? And you know, I'm not follow track and see. What exactly?
Well,
happened
it
there?
appears
What are
that
the rules?
it is the rules.
Yeah.
Good question. I'm not sure about the timing at how much time you are given to focus and get rid and get into the blocks. Well, clearly,
But
that
the claim
time
was what? That he had a what? That he was cramping up or what?
he had some muscle injury, some muscle issues for sure.
And he's allowed to delay the race like that.
Well, yes.
Well, I don't know if he was allowed because there are people who felt that the officials blundered by giving him so much time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
you know what?
Because he's so much better than everybody else over the last 3 years, except for Kishane. You can understand because the trial is really to get your best team to compete at the major championship. You know?
Yeah, man, and that's why I believe Babsy needs to be fired. How that could happen, big man?
What Babsy have to do with that?
You know, it's sarcasm.
I understand.
It's Bob's fault. Make the man hold the meat. It's true, man. It's Bob's fault, man. Make the man hold the people in meat, man. She must go.
Oh, man. Orville.
Yeah, man.
But we also could have called the program to talk cricket, you know. But I'm going to let me can do that thing. Before the start of the test match, me hear that Moti was a must pick in the squad, even though there are concerns about one, Moti's in different form, and two, the conditions. Now, after one test match, they're going to tell us that the spinner who hardly touched the ball, you think how they get dropped from the squad. How you reason like that, Alex?
I think they might drop it.
So if they drop him, would they be justified in dropping him?
Well, if you have him and you're not bowling him, then what's the point of picking him?
Oh. You know that there's some who thought that it was a bad selection in the first place to have him in the team on a pitch like that.
I didn't know what the pitch would be.
But they're there. They're on the ground. They know the conditions.
Yeah, well, me never talked to nobody who was there on the ground.
Okay. So there are some people who believe that just even have selected Warrican in the first place was just a selection blunder. Zin, man hardly touched the ball. Zin, so in the same way, how you can understand Warrican not playing for in the next game?
Who say I can understand?
You couldn't understand.
No, but who say I can?
Hey,
who say I can understand who if they not play Warrican?
Go again.
I never said I could understand.
You were the one who put it forward.
I'm saying
that he will not play.
Listen to this.
You put it forward, and I will put it forward.
Listen to the two statements. English language. I am now worried that Warrican may not even play the second test. That's statement A.
Would you understand if he didn't play?
Depends on the pitch.
Would you understand if the selector start the I would not even gonna get. He's not. I would. Play. Would you understand that?
No.
You. Hey, yo. I would have said the same thing as you.
No,
because I look like a fool if I said
Why would you pick a man, bowl him 8 overs in the entire game for 18 runs? What would be the justification for dropping him for the next? John Campbell Field.
No, sir. Because of the conditions.
All right, so let me say
if you are the captain of the team or you're the coach of the team, you're paid. You're paid for your skill in looking at the conditions and making a call.
All right, my time for something now.
Yeah, man.
Craig Brathwaite field both innings. John Campbell field both innings. They were given an opportunity 2 times to bat it, and they both failed. Based on how the game turned out, Warrican was not given an ample opportunity to demonstrate his skill sets. Why wasn't he given an opportunity? Based on the facts of the Pacers, them are bowl well. But me not done
make the point. And the conditions
but me not done make the point. I'm gonna make it.
Make your point.
So both openers failed, both innings. Warrican in his limited opportunities didn't get a chance for the work. Why is Warrican's game in doubt and not Brathwaite and Campbell?
Orville. I don't know why you keep shifting away from the point.
No, my point has always been that spinners are not given the same leeway as other people.
I've listened to your point, but listen to my point.
Yes.
The selectors are paid to do a job, to put out the best team out there that they think can play in those conditions.
Yes.
If selectors put a team out there and you find that the wicket was a green top and why on earth did you select two spinners then we say them now do them job. True or false?
Reasonable.
Yeah. So in the same way, if selectors sit down and in picking a squad say, yo, these pitches won't take a lot of turning. We're not picking Moti. What earth can you then turn around and say, no man, Moti have to play as a shoot, especially with Moti's reputation and his
all right,
history.
so end of story, because I never said that Moti had to play. So
you say it was a shoot pick.
I never said he had to play, but being
you
in the
said
squad.
He had to be in the squad.
No, but you just said I said he had to play.
Sorry, not play, but that he had to have been in the squad.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the same way that selectors can get it right, and chances at the end of the day, we'll applaud the selectors for getting it right and not selecting Moti. Yeah? Anyway, let's move on. Orville.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that catches win matches. You know the statistics don't bear that up.
It's a cliche.
The West Indies, the West Indies has been the best catching team since 2023.
No, that's not that's not what I said. Now I'm questioning.
Right. Repeat that.
Now I'm questioning your statistics.
No, repeat what you just said. That's not what.
When I saw them putting up the graphic as to catching efficiency, West Indies were at the bottom of the list over the last 2-3 years.
Bossman, West Indies are 88.5 in catch efficiency since 2023.
So we are the best catching team?
Yes, since 2023.
You have read the statistics?
Yes. I've seen the statistics. At the bottom of it is Australia and India.
And where are we? Third to bottom?
Lord of mercy. Number one, 88.5.
88.1 meaning what? We are the best catching team.
88.5 are the catches that them get.
No. That's we are not ahead of India. You're reading the thing wrong, which is something
all right.
Hold on. You said
I've seen this in our group. So
hold on. You see, here's one of the things. You know what? This demonstrates to you. Good thing me did I watch the game.
Yeah, man.
This demonstrates your tendency to see statistical reports and misinterpret them. West Indies is among the worst catching teams over the last 2 years. Not at the top as you claim.
All right, so tell us what you have. I'll tell you the numbers what I have, and you share the numbers what I
don't have the numbers.
I have the West Indies as taking 88.5% of the catch.
I am saying when the thing came out... And
No, big man. I don't know where you get yours from. I got mine from a different source. Now tell me what numbers you have.
Me not have the numbers, boss.
All right, go and get the numbers and come back and we can talk.
All right. Me not have the numbers.
Go and get your numbers and come back and we sit down and talk.
You said this thing where you said West Indies have been the best catching team.
Big man. I can call out the numbers that they have for every team.
All right.
Now you go and get your numbers.
All right.
I will come back and get it. So now we can see now that bowling wise as well, we have I think a top 4 or something like that bowling in the world, or top 5, top 4 or top 5. One of the better bowling units. And the real issue I'm seeing with this team really has to do with the batting.
Yeah.
Now, that again comes back down to the same thing that me and Zidane and you keep quarreling about.
Yeah.
Number one, we need to upgrade the standard of first-class cricket.
Then me have a problem with that. Big man.
Yeah. One of the easiest ways in doing it is to reduce the number of people playing and have the best playing the best more often. That is the way that you improve batting.
All right.
Then, if you have batsmen playing against mediocre bowlers, then they will not improve. You disagree with that?
Catch efficiency in tests since 2023. India, 80.6. New Zealand second, 78.5. Sri Lanka third, 78.3. South Africa fourth, 75.0. England, 74.5. Australia, 72.3. Pakistan, 68. Bangladesh, 67.2. West Indies are nowhere in sight.
Boy, they have two different data. And
Where did you get your data?
People, them.
Where did you get you got it from someone else?
Yeah. Somebody will trust the numbers that you give. I'm not going to call him name, but it's a cricketing guy. I'm a trust him numbers. So if you say it's different, me go back and challenge it. All right, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back and apologize.
So the teams ahead of West Indies in test since 2023. India, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, South Africa, England, Australia. But we are at the very bottom.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're saying. Mine is saying different, and we'll find out.
People, one of those type in Western catching efficiency in test since 2023. One of them me or Dwight. But Dwight, if you were just looking at it, you don't know what's this happening. But make believe it.
Looking at what?
I thought Western is not catch. I didn't know that we were this bad, but I know that we would never be close to the top.
You actually follow the numbers?
Anyway, leave it this other way. You'll get it wrong as well.
Okay, cool. So now, stop shifting from what me I talk about and go back to the stuff what me did talk about before you shift.
No, but you get the one wrong.
Orville, don't do that, man.
You don't get something wrong, man.
Lord, let me get it wrong. Let me hear what my... Orville. Yeah. I'm going to repeat. I will go back to my source. If I'm wrong, I will come back and apologize.
All right.
No, answer what I asked you before you try to shift.
Which goalpost, Mr.?
On the issue of upgrading the quality of cricket in the Caribbean.
Can't hurt.
Isn't my point 100% valid?
Can't hurt.
We need to have... No, can't hurt.
It would help.
How do you get better?
You said we argued about it. I don't understand.
You Orville Higgins. How do we get better? How does somebody get better? Don't someone get better by exposing them to better bowling?
Yes, but somebody disagreed with that.
Why would I disagree?
Orville did.
No, sir, I remember the conversation.
Yeah, man. When I proposed the best versus the best thing, Orville said him don't agree with it.
No.
Lie,
the argument was ideal.
Tell me what you said.
Make me leave it there, somebody. You tell me too much lie.
Orville,
no, man, I remember the thing.
Orville, just tell us what you said.
No, man, but I remember the thing very well. That wasn't said.
All right, Zidane, what do you recall him saying?
He was disagreeing with some of the aspect of it, but he said he did agree. Ideally, you'd want the very best.
He said he agreed with the idea of playing
the very best
games. More games. He said more games.
Yeah, but he also said against
my idea.
God of his mercy. We both agree that it's good to play against the very best more often, my boss. We have said that in sports for years. Why would we disagree?
How does the best play against the best one hurt?
Agree with it.
But you have been saying across our sports for years.
King.
Right, nice try.
Tell your friend we get them bogus stats there.
We'll talk again tomorrow.
All
right, cool.
We take the break. Nice try, Dwight. We're coming back.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstrom, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Lotteries Act.
It is your right to know what you want. Information at your fingertips. It's for the man in the streets, for those in business. Information for everybody. No one has it, so you can use it to develop your community. Your right to know information at your fingertips.
A message from the Access to Information Unit.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're coming down to the final 8 minutes. Back online, Asta.
Not quite, Asta. All right, final segment.
Yeah. Why we not get WhatsApp?
Let's see if we have any more YouTube comments that we had.
Yeah.
Not read.
All right, we go back on that. We'll end with one or two. Hello.
Good afternoon, Orville Higgins. How you doing, my brother?
How you doing, Mayo?
My good sir, partner. You alright, though?
Yes,
ma'am. Knox, me alright.
You alright?
Yeah, man. You can always ask me if me alright.
Alright. As of now, I will ask you if you're alright. Everything. It's my
My youth, me no get to watch the finals last night, cause when me did use on my tablet last night, it did a buffer. Be a problem, it did a give. I Clayton Twins, me did want to win in my youth.
Yeah, well, one pull up as you know.
Yeah. I said, but man, so who win last night, my youth? Race.
Which one?
Which team? J3.
Huh?
J3.
Which one of the races you're asking about?
Running.
Yeah, which one?
Race happened yesterday, me a talk.
But no race run yesterday, I don't know which one it is.
One know who win last night.
Which one of the races? Enough race running?
Yeah.
Which race specific you talking
about? It girls side.
The girls 100 meter?
Yeah.
Then not Tina Clayton win that, man?
Yeah, man. My glad said she win, man. Thanks for telling me, man.
Oh, you never know the result. Tina Clayton win and Sharika second, Shelly third.
Yeah. Thanks for telling me, my youth. But me watch World Championships this September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Alright, good to know that you'll be following.
Man, yeah, man, my youth. Yeah, man.
Alright, anything else?
Little bit, man.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Keep yourself safe and good. Here, sir. Alright, my youth. Never heard it. Never know what happened at the race. Astar always staying. Yeah, squeezing some more YouTube. Alright. West Indies team, BAM Sports TV is a West Indies team. All of this is on the YouTube comment. BAM Sports TV is a West Indies team lost the plot the moment Warrican was selected as the vice captain. We never agreed Warrican as no vice captain.
Ridiculous.
If you have a vice captain, we never agreed Warrican. Orville, the fact of the matter is Warrican wasn't needed in the team and was only in the team because of his position as well. I'm saying if you're going to pick him and bowl him 8 overs in the whole game, maybe he wasn't needed for real. He's not there for his batting, definitely not there for his fielding. Him there for bowl out people. And if once the conditions are what the conditions, if the Grenadian condition are going to be similar, and the skipper won't give him the ball, then maybe you shouldn't pick him. No. If the conditions are not going to be similar, if the pitcher takes spin, which it might very well do, then that's a different argument. Nathan Lyon didn't bowl a hell of a lot for Australia, but the thing is Australia will pick Nathan Lyon under every condition. What they might do is pick somebody else with Nathan Lyon if them go into conditions that take a little bit more spin. But once Nathan Lyon is fit, Nathan Lyon will be selected as part of the Australian bowling quartet. They believe that even in conditions that are friendly to pace, Nathan Lyon is your lone spinner. What happens if they feel the conditions are conducive to spin now? It is Nathan plus somebody else. West Indies don't believe in that. And the point I made to Chateau is instructive. John Campbell failed. Craig Brathwaite failed. In fact, the rest of the batsmen failed. You could say Casey Carty, well, him scratch some runs. Justin Greaves come get some rubbish runs when there was no pressure, but he also failed. Justin Greaves dropped catches and all of that. But the one person where the Caribbean people are talking about forget drop is Jamel Warwick. Now, all my argument is, why is John Campbell and Craig Brathwaite under any less pressure to lose them place than Jamel Warwick? This is what I'm talking about. It's all right. Craig forget drop. John forget drop. Warwick can't forget. Make we talk this. How we staying on the boss? All right. Just about 3 minutes. I don't think we have the time. If we can squeeze one more, maybe we do. So let me say, make it run for a few minutes. That intern knows his stuff. Good job, you. Kimani, your fan base start grow. Carl B says, love the explanation, young intern. Very knowledgeable turf fight. Orville and Zidane, you all push out the next young champion. Stefan writes, says, impressive youngster. And somebody said, the young G boss, Kimani Barrett, remember the name. And Clive Hope says, yes, him sound professional. And then Alti Hilton says, who needs stats to know that West Indies are at the bottom? Not saying both catching stats are wrong, but for the life of me, without seeing the stats, I know West Indies has to be in the bottom of catch taken. Remember, I know if me never did I see the catching efficiency stats the way to that fool way, as he does all the while, by just reading off some stats. Why do I think West Indies are among the best catching teams in the world? That just would not up. We see how we look on the field, brother. Me could have known, even without the benefit of the stats, I would know say something. But Dwight is a slave to them something without learning how to interpret them because his understanding of the cricket not supposed, which is why in front with them. Anyway, that's for me. I come out of the yes.
All right, indeed. So pick up once again. Pick up the listeners who attended the event on Saturday because they heard me talking about it on the radio. We respect that. Chelsea man, pick up yourself in particular because you were there from early and you waited until the bar came, and I go and big him up when certain things are in place. That the person who gave me the opportunity to have the alcoholic beverages there to sell to the patrons that came along. It was a great vibe. And a lot of people within the community are saying that do something. Maybe it don't have to be exactly the same, but do something again before back to school, and they will get some sponsorship involved in it as well. They like how they saw the Maverick Oral Tracy and company and Driver. Driver, you mash up the place, my boss. You mash up the place. And one of the young ladies were saying to me that they're sorry your wife was there. So big up your wife, but wife you come first and always, number one. So big up yourself, Driver, once again, and Pioneer. And G-Star too. They all came through. So it was a good look. Archibald was there as well. A lot of listeners don't know Archibald because him stopped call. Him call a couple of times and then stop. But Archibald was there. So big up you all selves. We appreciate it. But big up people for listening to the program today. Join us tomorrow. Same place, same time. We do it all over again. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening.
That's the sports desk for today. Remember